Hello, internet passersby.
Oh, you're recording. That's great.
Welcome back to NAPcast. I'm Rebel Notorious. Joining me today is Sean.
That's me.
And Melina.
What is up, party?
Yeah! Slightly less insufferable now that we've had to fuck around with the mixing desk. That's a whole thing. That's
Yeah.
just- we're not going to talk about it.
We don't want to talk about it. What are we doing today, Michael?
Yeah, introduce
Rebel
it.
Spebble.
Was this whose idea was this actually? Because I'm not 100% sure how to explain it.
So I came up with like the basic idea of, let's just go through all the films that made over $1 billion.
that made over $1
I
billion.
think you put the tier list.
And I threw in the idea of putting it on a tier list just to make it
Less chaotic.
less chaotic. Yeah.
I contributed nothing.
Like it's not going to be chaotic as fuck.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So is there any particular order we want to do these in?
Anyone feeling us particularly strong?
I mean, I can go first. Like, I feel like that's just our default by this
Yeah,
point.
I mean, I don't
That's
want it to have to always be our default, but yeah, if you want to go first,
Yeah,
I'm not going to stop
you
you.
go
Okay,
ahead.
so here's mine.
Wow.
It's
What
So,
a visual piece.
I'm going to put these on screen.
You better.
I will add them into the video. So basically the setup, we used the tier maker website for this, which comes with like S, A, B, and C. But I added an extra of D, F, and never seen.
Which I felt was a really good
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
People are probably thinking, why the fuck is there no E? Have you ever seen a tier list with E? Let's be realistic. Plus, I feel like there's not a need for
No,
E
I don't
in
think
there.
we need
I think
Yeah.
it would have added too many.
Like
Plus-
after you're below D, it's just a failure.
Yeah, like I have never wanted to put a film in an E tier because F is pretty much if you're anywhere below a D, you're F. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
100%.
You
You're
suck.
you're a failure. Yeah. So we'll first go over what's in my never seen. Some of these I really don't care that I've never seen. Some of them I'm kind of ashamed. No, one of them is the only one I'm ashamed of never seeing. That's Titanic.
I thought it was going to be Barbie.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'm slightly ashamed of Barbie. It's just I haven't
It's
got around to it
fine.
yet.
I'm
Yeah.
ashamed of Barbie for not seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it as a movie. I'll judge that when I see it.
I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, whichever one of these was on the $1 billion
Yeah,
list.
whichever.
I've seen up to Half-Blood Prince. I tapped out at that point. I don't care. Plus,
At least
J.K.
you-
Rowling can get
You went
fucked.
that far. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Then I've got Frozen 2. I'm
A classic masterpiece.
I am unashamed about never having seen that. The
cares?
live-action Lion King remake, the live-action Aladdin remake, the live-action Beauty and the Beast remake, Minions, Barbie, Jurassic World Domination, Avatar: The Way of Water, Finding Dory, Alice in Wonderland, and Super Mario Bros. I'm slightly pissed about that. My dad got it for Christmas. I just haven't watched it yet.
Can I ask, for Jurassic World, is it Dominion or Domination?
I don't know.
Dominion. Sorry,
Yeah.
did I say Domination?
yeah, I
That's
was
fair.
also,
I get those
like-
two confused all
Yeah.
the time when I read it. It's
I
just,
think I'm sure there's a game that's called Jurassic World Domination.
probably.
Yeah. So yeah, how do we want to do this? Do we want to go up? Do we want to go?
I was thinking from top to bottom, but you can
Okay.
do it however you feel more comfortable with.
I don't mind. I'll put it to the vote of you guys. Are we going top to bottom to top?
I feel like bottom to top is a better
Okay.
audio experience.
Yeah, it leaves the height.
Yeah,
for
we're
the-
like,
the end.
ooh, what's it gonna
Yeah,
do?
That is fair. Get the shit out of the way first. I concur.
So F, I have Jurassic World, the first one. It's so boring, like unbelievably unentertaining.
I saw it in
I haven't
theaters, and
watched
that's
any-
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it twice, and I never want to watch it again. The
That's
first time
fair.
I seen it was the first time I seen it, obviously, to watch it. Second time I seen it was when me and my cousin were going to go see Fallen Kingdom in the cinema. She had never seen it, but she wanted to see Fallen Kingdom, so we watched it, and I was bored to tears again. Yeah, it is literally there on the failing of just being a boring movie.
Yeah, no, fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rise of Skywalker.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Don't need to talk about it.
I will go in
We'll
depth.
leave
Okay,
that
you
for
can
Sean.
have it.
Transformers. Oh, Age of Extinction. Yeah, seen it in theaters at the midnight screening. It's awful, like genuinely
Oh.
awful. This is the movie
Michael
where
Bay still?
yes, so this
Yeah,
is Michael
okay.
Bay's last one. It was the one where they had the whole Romeo and Juliet law thing, which,
Oh.
by the way, not how that law functions in real life. He still is a pedophile.
You're right, and you should say it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
funny
you.
because if you're watching the film on Amazon Prime and bring up the interface because it has that X-ray thing.
Yeah.
It shows trivia during that scene. That's the trivia it shows. Is that they get the law wrong, so he would be a pedophile.
Wait, does it still say he is still a pedophile?
No. That's just my interpretation of what it
It
says.
just pops up fucking nonsense.
yeah, like, don't believe this shit. He's still fucking real.
Frozen, just don't like it.
I don't think you're the target audience either.
No,
so it's fair.
I like Disney movies, but like if Disney were to miss the mark on appealing to everyone, Frozen is that movie.
No, it's very much not necessarily girl, but it's like girl sibling.
Yes.
So it's like two categories
Uh-huh.
for you that are like, eh.
It's like that thing where like they didn't really know how to market Tangled,
Yeah.
but Tangled is actually a really
That's
good
a good
movie.
film.
Tangle
yeah.
is fucking great.
Not to jump to my one like quickly, but like I haven't put it in F, but like I think it's just fine.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't
Fair
dislike
enough.
it, but like I remember seeing that in the cinema.
Wow.
I remember you told us about it.
Yeah, I told
think.
you guys
Yeah.
about it. I got dragged to it when I was about 12,
Oh,
which is
that's
the worst,
right, yeah.
worst age you want to be to
Yeah.
watch
Big
Frozen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just in high school as a almost teenage boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, that's for girls.
yeah. You're like deep into that, and like my
Yeah.
dad just turned to me the moment like the singing started and was like, "I'm so sorry." And this was after hours of me going, "I'm not gonna like this fucking
Yeah.
movie."
They're like, just give it a try.
And at the
I am
end,
so sorry, son.
and then at the end of it, I was like, "It's fine."
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not the target
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
It's
Eh.
yeah. Then I think it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I think that's on Stranger Tides.
I think so.
I seen this in the cinema on a date. It's not a good movie.
It's like for the vibes, they get there, but that's about it.
It's really at the point where you're like, why are you still making
Yeah.
these movies?
Because which one was this?
This is the fourth
The
one.
fourth one.
Oh.
This is where this was the one that I think just removed every other character that wasn't Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Orlando Bloom was in it. I don't think
I remember
the
this
girl
movie
was in it.
coming out, and I remember I think it was just Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I rated mine wrong, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's hard to tell from these posters.
Yeah,
It
they're
was hard-
tiny.
Yeah.
But it's
I had
it's fine.
a special like trouble with like the Transformers ones because they're the same fucking poster.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pirates of the Caribbean, Transformers, and a couple of others all kind of look the same.
They sort of
Yeah.
like some of the Marvel ones as well.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they have their template.
And I want to say this tier list was made with like super high resolution versions of these because I
Yeah.
pulled them from IMDb.
And something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's your F
That's
tier.
my F tier. Those are all the movies that I like just genuinely don't like for one reason or another. D, this is where like how do you describe the D tier? You know, like
It's like I watched it, I didn't hate it, but I didn't
But
love
I
it,
didn't
and I'm
li-
never
yeah.
gonna watch it again.
yeah, okay, that's perfect.
My categorization when I was doing it was that I've seen the film, I didn't outright hate it, but it just sort of bored me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perfect summation of Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch it, was like, well, that was well made,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you move on.
Exactly.
3 hours. So I have seen Avatar a total of twice. I saw the original version when it came out on DVD. It was very impressive for the time it came out. It was 2009.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very impressive.
Absolutely.
12-year-old me was blown away by visual. Everything else,
Eh.
Second time I watched the like extended cut,
Oh.
and it adds in like a half hour
What?
because it's 2.5 hours.
Braver
and
man than
then
me.
You have the one extended cut, and then you have another extended cut, and it's the other extended cut that adds in like half an hour of stuff that doesn't need to be there. Again, visually impressive, except when you're watching it on Blu-ray, and some stuff has just not aged well when you're actually watching it in HD. It exists. It's okay. It is not the high. It should not be the highest grossing movie of all time, or should not have held that
Absolutely
spot
not.
for as long as it did.
No.
Or still holds that spot.
It keep
I
every
don't know.
time
His
it's
Way of Water
surpassed.
Yeah.
surpassed it. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
because every time it gets surpassed, James Cameron's like, I cannot allow this.
yeah,
And
just
Re-release.
re-releases it. Yeah. Then we've got Aquaman. It exists.
It's a film.
Yeah, the most I can give it is that I think the whole thing is presented in the IMAX format if you're watching it digitally,
Yeah.
and that's very nice. That's the only thing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
We're
it.
not going to talk about the
No.
past. No.
This is Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Oh, that's what that one is.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not the worst of the Transformers one. Like that is, Age of Extinction is the worst. Revenge of the Fallen is a close second.
Okay. I do hear it. It's sort of. If we're gonna say any Transformers film has quality,
Yeah,
it's gonna be the first one.
it's the first one, and the third one is a close second.
Ah.
It's not as good as like a pure kind of like, not nostalgia thing.
I
But
feel like the Transformers like Michael Bay series is really it's just a movie you could only have made in 2007.
yes,
I don't know if that makes any
100%.
sense.
No, I get that.
That was just the time to make that film and release it, and then
Absolutely.
they just kept milking it.
Yeah.
when it was past its due date.
It's okay. I don't remember a huge amount about it, but it's fine. It's not the worst one. That's Revenge of the Fallen, which has what's his name? John Turturro standing under a pyramid watching a giant transformer
Oh no!
with testicles. It's made of like cranes, so it's got two wrecking balls.
This is
And he actually points that out,
yeah.
like actually
Okay,
acknowledges
no,
it.
I want to move on.
Calls it the enemy scroll.
Yeah, made under the writer's strike. Wonder why that.
Oh gee, I couldn't tell.
Then we have Incredibles 2. It's only on D tier because I actually don't remember anything about the second movie.
That's why it's on my one as well.
I genuinely don't remember shit about 2 at all.
I think when I watched it, I was drunk.
I've seen it a couple of times, and it's fine. Like I remember enjoying it, but I genuinely can't remember it. Not in the way I remember the first movie.
No, absolutely not.
So yeah, that's why it's on D tier. Like it's I think it's okay.
It's okay.
It could be good,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it.
I don't remember it enough, so I don't think it was that great.
Yeah.
But it was also not that bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 8. Yeah, only thing I remember this is that the film ends with them drifting drifting cars on ice fields and a nuke going off. And they use the car doors to protect themselves.
Who watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and took inspiration? Hey, this is D tier, Melina.
Yeah, like
That's what happens in D tier.
I like all of the Fast and Furious movies purely as like an entertainment, like not great movies, but purely
Stupid.
entertainment value. But even that, I don't remember anything else from that movie. Then we got Despicable Me 3 again.
A cold classic.
I remember it being fine. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, no, Despicable Me 3.
I actually really like the Despicable Me movies. But 3 I don't remember that well. And then we've got
the first.
I don't think that's the first one. I think that's the second
Oh,
one.
well,
I
shit.
think that's
Dead Man's Chest.
I think that's Dead Man's Chest.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I know the names. I've never seen any of them.
Yeah. I remember Black Pearl. I remember at World's End. I don't remember Dead Man's Chest.
Those two. It's the first one and the third one that feel like actual events movies. 'cause
Yeah.
I remember especially the third one when it was
I
coming
went
out.
to
Yeah.
see At World's End in the theaters, and it was great. It had an intermission as well because it
Yeah.
was 3 hours 15 minutes or
God.
something. Yeah, it was a long movie. Yeah, but yeah, I don't remember anything about Dead Man's Chest. I remember, like I say, remember Curse of the Black Pearl. Remember At World's End. Can't remember
There's
Dead
a dead
Man's.
man. He has a chest.
Yeah, I think that's the one where Davy Jones shows up.
Yeah, I
for
think
the
it
first
is,
time.
yeah.
Oh, Liquid Man.
Yeah.
Liquid Squid
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, we'll move on to C tier now. This is like, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
cool.
I think
Force
that's
Awakens.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It progressively does get a little worse every time I rewatch it.
But the first watch, though.
First watch, oh man, I went to see that in the cinema, and wow, does not hold up when you see it again, though.
And wow, it sucks.
Wow. It gets worse every time.
I seen it the first time in the cinema, then Last Jedi came out, got it on Blu-ray, watched that before Last Jedi, and was like, I am bored.
Oh dear.
It was the second viewing I went, this is just
Not
New
it.
Hope. It's just New Hope, but not as interesting.
Yeah.
Then we have Captain Marvel. It's okay.
fine.
Like, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's not as bad as people make it. out
No,
to be.
absolutely not.
It's a perfectly cromulent Marvel movie.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves some of the hate that it gets.
She's so arrogant. Ugh.
What?
She's so arrogant. Why could you like a female character?
She should smile more.
Best part about it, she goes Super Saiyan at the end, so
Yeah.
that appeals to
That's
me.
true. She does.
Yeah.
I like her mohawk at the end.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Then we've got Far From Home.
Oh.
It's my least favorite of that trilogy.
mean,
That's
yeah,
very
fair,
fair.
Yeah.
fair.
I'll give you
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
As much as I like Mysterio and stuff,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't think it's like.
I didn't like the European setting. It ruined it for me.
What?
Why'd you hate your own continent, Molina?
I just don't think
Is it because they went to the
works.
Netherlands and kind of
And stereotype.
Yeah.
Like, that's fair if that's your complaint.
I don't know what it was about. I feel like it would have been more entertaining to me if it was a trip through the US.
okay.
You know? I don't know.
I
guess that makes sense. We're too used to Europe as a thing that's around
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more interesting if it wasn't a road trip movie like that.
I think that's an even better point.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, that's not Spider-Man's strong suit
No.
as a
No.
character. Yeah, it's not the best one.
No.
It's not bad.
It's definitely not
Yeah.
bad, no.
I am sort of sad that it's this one that got. I mean, it makes sense why this one got a billion, but I kind of wish Homecoming was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other Spider-Man movie to get a billion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But he was a newcomer then. So
yeah. And then we've got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or as this poster says, the Sorcerer's Stone, because Americans are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Because philosopher's too much for them.
Yeah.
What is a philosopher?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I have some nostalgia for this, and also I think as like a movie, it's really well made. It's directed by Chris Columbus.
Yeah.
And for its time, it's quite, it's good. It's a decent kids
Yeah.
film.
It's
Yeah,
a very
absolutely.
heartwarming film.
Yeah.
Even if the author.
don't
I wasn't
no,
gonna
no,
bring
no,
it up.
no.
That detached from it.
Yeah.
It was it was shot on film, so it has a nice, warm filmic look to it.
Yeah.
Even if some of the CG is not aged terribly
Oh,
well.
I mean, 2001.
Yeah.
It's a very, surprisingly enough, it's a very good Christmas movie for me.
Oh, okay,
No,
that's interesting.
I get that. Yeah.
I'm-
You're not the only person
Yeah.
that I've heard of liking it.
Yeah,
around
there's like one
Christmas.
scene really where there's like where it's like actually at Christmas and stuff, but
It's
like
the feast, right?
Yeah,
the
I
feast.
remember that.
Yeah.
yeah. So it can sometimes come on like around that time.
Yeah.
I don't usually put it on myself. It's usually just
Yeah.
on TV or whatever, and I don't feel like switching it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
well-made film.
Yeah. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It's dumb fun. It actually has entertainment value.
That's
Big
true.
dinosaur go
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as boring as the first one. Like, it's actually entertaining to watch. That's all I can really say on it. Fast 7, some kind of attachment to this I have is that my cousin and Paul Walker both passed away
Fuck.
around the same time, both in car accidents.
Oh, that hits.
So the movie
Oh.
kind of
That
hurts.
hurts.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
Fast
dude.
7's not the best Fast and Furious again, but it will always hold kind of a special place in my
Yeah,
heart.
yeah.
And that ending, like, I genuinely think, even without having lost my cousin, that ending is one of the best send-offs to
Yeah,
someone.
like I've not seen any Fast and Furious movie, but like I see that scene, I can feel
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
the heart.
Because I think the
Warming
one
heart.
thing I'll always give Fast and Furious, minus Dwayne Johnson and that whole situation, is that you can feel that all of these people really do care for each other
Yes.
off camera, that
Family.
they are family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family.
Minus the whole Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson having a weird rivalry.
That's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Let's not go into
Yeah,
that.
So I think
Let's not
you
bring
know,
that up.
Yeah. So I think that whole thing really makes that ending quite nice. Minus, even if I were to take away my own personal attachment to that situation. So yeah, Fast 7, fine, but holds a special place in my heart. Rogue One looks nice, boring as fuck.
Yeah, fair.
Gareth Edwards cannot shoot a bad movie. Like, he can't shoot a movie that doesn't look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like the story.
Yeah, it's a very...
Yeah, I can't get attached. I can't...
Oh, you love it, don't you, Sean?
I would say love it, but I will have words of my own when we get to it.
I can't find a single fuck to give about any of these characters. I don't find them interesting outside of the blind guy.
You see, I get that as well, yeah.
And it's just, I'm not sure it was a movie that needed to be made.
Oh, it's not. I'll give you that. It doesn't need to be made. It doesn't need to exist.
It doesn't contribute anything if you watch New Hope after it.
It's literally just like making a movie out of one line in the opening, like text crawl of A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll get to my words when I get to it.
So that's the end of my C tier. And then B, we're getting better.
They're not great.
No, but they're enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, when you get to B tier, that's when the movies start being good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they're fundamentally good movies, which is going to make some of my picks sound a bit odd.
That's fair.
Yes.
We'll get through it. Toy Story 4. Don't remember like a huge amount about the story, but as a piece of animation, it is genuinely incredibly impressive.
I have seen, from the clips I've seen, it does look really good.
Yeah, it is very impressive. It almost airs into photorealism, but still maintains that style. It's a hard one to come off the back of Toy Story 3, though.
Oh yeah, that's why I haven't had any drive to actually watch it, because 3's ending is so perfect to me.
I will say this gave them the perfect opportunity to never make anything Toy Story again by having Woody, spoilers here, having Woody kind of leave the gang. And that was really interesting.
Yeah, from you just saying that, I kind of want to watch it now, just immediately.
So that's kind of why I think it's good. It's not the best Toy Story one. Like, if we were doing an actual tier list of like movies I enjoy, this would probably be lower.
Yeah.
With the other Toy Story movies being there, like 1 and 2, because 3 is obviously here, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Then we have Avengers, the first one. Loved this when it came out. I now think it's just good. Like, just good.
Yeah, just good. That's fair.
It's not it is an event, but it is not the groundbreaking piece of cinema that I think everyone kind of made it out to be at the time.
Everyone treats it like cinematic history, and in a way it kind of is, because it's
in
a
a
big
way,
sort of Avengers
yes,
crossover movie. But like, when you actually look at it for its actual quality, it's not movie history.
No.
I also will fucking drag Joss Whedon to hell.
I mean,
of course, everyone would.
Not just for everything he's done as a human being and being a piece of shit. Shooting it in 16:9 did it no favors.
Oh yeah, fuck that. That sucks.
This is crazy because you have movies now that are shot for IMAX that at home we get, and it's a full 16:9 picture, but it still has that cinematic feel and shot quality because it was framed for the cinema. This was shot in 16:9, but it doesn't feel like it was shot for the cinema. It feels like it was shot for TV.
Yeah, it genuinely, every time I think about it, I could perfectly slot it in as like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. prequel.
Yeah. And that is like one of my biggest problems coming back to it now, is that it feels like a glorified TV movie when it was one of the most expensive movies ever made at the time.
Yes.
It's good, but you know, they did better afterwards.
They've improved immensely, I think, almost every time, in every movie since almost.
Then we've got The Last Jedi. A very divisive movie.
We're ready for hot takes.
I like this movie. It's one that I think if we were to take the Star Wars sequels as what they're meant to be, and as blockbuster popcorn flicks, that is Last Jedi.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
It's not a good Star Wars movie in most aspects. And I'm not a fan of what they did with Luke.
I hate the fact that every time anyone talks about it, it feels like they have to get a film thesis ready
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
explain their points.
I understand what they've done with Luke.
But
I don't like it. I don't think it fundamentally respects who Luke is as a person, as the character we knew before.
Yeah.
And there's no attempt to explain outside of Ben betraying him
Yeah.
why. And I don't think Ben betraying him would fuck him up that much.
I'm going to go into my own thoughts when I get to this, but I do have a way I can sort of see it where I don't personally feel like it's the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst thing in the
No,
world.
no, I know. I didn't think you'd meant that
yeah.
either, but I'll explain how I view that when I get to it. But like I'm not gonna say I fully get it, but I get it more than I think most people.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's not. I don't mean to sound elitist when I say that. I'm just. I could just be
get
dumb.
off
Yeah.
your fucking high horse.
It's also
more than you.
visually a great
It's a
piece.
masterpiece of just on visual art.
You know, you've got the salt flat sequence, you've got the punching through the ship.
Every single scene in Snoke's throne room looks
Yep.
amazing to me.
The lightsaber battles are really well choreographed, which is something that had kind of been lacking in Force Awakens, and it's the one good thing I'll say Rise of Skywalker did.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Is it had engaging, entertaining fight sequences. So yeah, Last Jedi. It's not great, it's not perfect, it's not the best Star Wars movie, but it's enjoyable. It's a popcorn blockbuster. There it is. Zootopia. I just think this movie's good. Like that's sort of it. There's nothing more to say other than it is good.
It's marked.
Yeah, it conveys its theme well as a kids movie. If you're an adult, it kind of feels like it's battering you over the head at times.
Yeah.
But you know, to get that through to a younger audience, you kind of need to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Could do without all the furry art that came out.
Oh,
That's not the
with it.
film's
yeah, but
fault.
that's not the
That's not the film's fault, no. But I'm still seeing it to this day, and I don't engage with any of that.
Just don't engage with it. Don't.
No, I don't engage with it, so I don't know why I still keep coming across it.
You're in the wrong
haunts you.
circles.
I've tried to cut myself away from any circles that involve that. I've cut off a friend because of that. More than just that, but it definitely was
They
part
were
of the
the
reason.
fourth member.
I still haven't shown you the note they sent me. We'll get to that.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah, Hobbit, an unexpected journey. It kind of had potential.
Yeah.
Shame they made the rest of them. Right in the gut.
Oh, fucking
You're right, but,
you.
If this was one, maybe two movies,
It would have been.
it would have been great.
If it was done by if Del
If it
Toro
was
did
Del
his fucking
Toro,
job.
yeah. But no. I also kind of stand by the fundamental thing of I'm not sure The Hobbit needed to be adapted in the first place.
Oh no.
Because it's not the story that leads into The Lord of the Rings or anything. The Lord of the Rings stands on its own and just happens to have the character of Bilbo and Gandalf in it.
Yeah, we had a decade where like
We were good.
we were
Yeah.
good with just those three movies. No one complained.
Ah,
Maybe people were curious to see Bilbo more, but past that,
Fuck 'em.
yeah.
that's not even like a huge thing.
I will also take an L on a really bad take here. I don't like Martin Freeman as an actor. Like, at all.
he has some quirks that
Yeah.
bother me a bit.
I can understand that fully.
He is
'Cause
my
after a while, he's
least
just playing the
favourite
same
thing
fucking
in-
character.
Yeah, he is my least favorite thing in everything I've ever seen him in.
Oh Jesus!
That is how much I
I
just
love him
do not
in
like
Black
him.
Panther.
I-
Great
yeah.
in Black Panther.
No,
Yeah, that's
again, he is my least favorite thing.
Okay, fair, but he was good.
Like, I said that fully thinking about Black Panther 2. Like, no, I
Genuinely, I forgot he was in that movie.
Genuinely-
He
until
was the only
cannot-
white guy
I know.
that didn't die.
He doesn't have much of a point though, to be real.
No, he's there to just be a little dum dum. And I love that voice.
Oh, now I'm thinking about him in Sherlock, and Sherlock already has its issues, but I really don't like him. I hate him.
We're gonna do a Sherlock episode.
Oh,
Freeman,
as
if you
an,
hear this,
as an actor, I just can't fucking stand him. I'm actually getting angry.
Maybe we should move this into
moving
F
on.
tier. Can we get like a picture of Martin Freeman and put it?
No, that's the below F tier.
No, there's your
The
E tier.
Freeman.
Yeah.
It's just called Freeman tier.
Moderate anger zone.
Avengers Endgame. It's not as good as Infinity War.
No.
No.
I like the ending, you know, as a conclusion to Tony's character arc. It's a muddy mess.
Oh, yeah.
Though for the rest of it, it's a Super Bowl game in that you're not entirely sure what's going on most of the time.
Yeah, you're like,
with
so they're
occasional
getting
ad breaks in between.
Yeah, they're getting the they're getting the things.
It's
Where are we
it's
again?
a time heist. What's a time heist? It's a time heist.
It's a time heist.
Time heist.
Time heist.
It was actually done better in a Doctor Who episode. Don't think about it.
We all kind of we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
that Endgame
it-
kind of fumbles the bag up until you know the end.
I mean, I still put it pretty high on my list.
I mean, it's
before
pretty-
It's a
high,
B. So
It's still enjoyable.
yeah, and there's some good spectacle moments. There's some
Absolutely.
good like actual moments. You know, like Avengers Assemble. That fight scene may go on just like too long.
A little bit too long.
The more anytime I've rewatched that, I do kind of think, why is this 3 hours?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And that's the thing I do. Melina keeps laughing at it. Every time I have a slightly different opinion than you guys, I curl my mouth up like Kermit.
You do the scrunch.
Yeah, I'm doing this Kermit scrunch.
We'll get there.
Iron Man 3.
This is a fair
Cinematic
placement.
Yeah.
masterpiece.
I think this is possibly, like, from a personal enjoyment standpoint, the better Iron Man movie. Because I
me encouraging
think
you.
this is genuinely the best representation of Tony as a character.
Yes.
I'll agree with
And I
that.
think what people didn't enjoy about it, extremists and stuff, yeah, I get it. I think what people were turned off by about this movie the most is that it is a MCU movie, but it is ultimately probably the most character-driven piece outside of the original Captain America.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that really turned a lot of people off because this was coming out in phase 2. Where things had really shifted into big action. We
Yeah,
had
the
Avengers
stakes had risen.
Assemble.
Yeah.
It was all, yeah.
To go from like big boom to let's get personal.
Yeah,
It was a bit
let's-
of a
'cause
jump.
This was
Let's
the one
really
right after
examine-
Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've gone from, you know, that height to, okay, let's really look at how this has affected Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Let's
don't
look at
think people were
PTSD.
prepared for that.
Yeah, which sucks because it's the best part of the fucking movie.
Yes. It really drives the movie, which is why I think Extremis and all that sort of stuff feels kind of undercooked and underdeveloped,
Yeah,
is because
yeah.
it's not the main focus of the movie.
No.
And it shouldn't be. Yeah. Dark Knight Rises. It's the third one.
Yes, it is.
It's still a Nolan movie, which means it has a lot of good points. It's just that, man,
They
Nolan,
needed that
Man,
trilogy,
he's a
didn't
bat.
they?
what the fuck were you cooking, honestly?
For Brain.
For take one of the...
Brain. Brain's cool.
Oh, man. To take one of the most, like, iconic non-Joker Batman stories and fuck it up like that.
yeah, big time.
I just... Yeah. It's still good, but it's not great. You can tell Nolan kind of wanted out by that point.
Yeah. They needed that trilogy.
Yep. And also, yeah, it got fucked up by, you know, Heath Ledger not being
Dying.
around. Yeah. Which, you know, sad.
How inconvenient.
Yeah.
Inconvenient of him to
Right.
do that.
Great actor, maybe a little overrated as Joker, but moving on.
Yeah.
Tier A.
Tier A. Like, it's just that the Joker, that version of the Joker has been co-opted by the worst
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
people on
yeah,
the
yeah.
planet.
Oh no,
that's
that I'll agree with.
Every time I rewatch it, I'm reminded of how fucking much he gets the role and nails it. But when you're not watching that movie, It is an insufferable.
It is.
It's
It's
the Bateman.
poisoned.
Yeah.
It's the Patrick Bateman syndrome.
Yes,
Oh,
100%. Yeah. Which is funny because both of them have been co-opted by the exact people
Yeah, the same people.
they're making fun of.
Yeah.
One day they'll get it and they'll have a little.
Yeah, like Patrick Bateman is not the person you're meant to strive to become. They're making fun of you with that performance. You beta male fuck. You alpha male fucks. That's what I meant.
Hit the B square.
I like Huey Lewis and the News. That is my answer to that.
You heard of Huey Lewis News?
That is my answer to that
Let's see
question.
Paul Allen's card. Tier A.
Tier A. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Yeah. This is genuinely like, I think the best of the MCU Spider-Man
Yes.
Oh,
trilogy.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
It also takes like a weirdly big step up in the cinematography too.
Yeah.
There's just a scene where it really becomes Blade Runner for a second.
Yeah. That's
and
a really good scene.
yeah,
I will say, this is someone who likes the other two ones, just to go into my like thoughts a tiny bit. This is the one that really feels like a Spider-Man movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all said that when we like first watched it and came out. It was like, oh, this is the first one that feels like a Spider-Man
Yeah.
story.
I mean, I was saying that through.
Yeah. Because I think once we had seen this and you know we were talking about it at some point, is it's like the first two, like, yeah, he's Spider-Man, but this is the one where it feels like he becomes
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
like it's an origin trilogy.
Yeah. So yeah, best one of the bunch. It's cool to see everyone kind of come back. I wish that that's not what everyone latched onto about the movie and
Yeah.
still
Right.
talked about, in the sense of like, I think it's almost become a weapon against it, as it's
Yeah.
like, you know, oh, it's just tapping into nostalgia type thing. It's like, yeah, no,
'cause
that's
now like every armchair film critic now goes, it's just relying on the cameo.
yeah.
I'm intelligent.
Toy Story 3, man, that film is a fucking emotional journey.
Christ, I know, right?
I saw this in theaters with my parents, and oh my fucking god, we were all in fucking tears, like just a mess. Oh, that ending is iconic. Like, not much else I can say. It's not quite S tier, but yeah, it's. I think if Toy Story 2 were on here, probably that would have been an S tier, but.
Spoiler alert, I put this on my S tier.
No, that's fair. No, I can see like arguments for it being on S tier.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not on my S tier. And then we got Avengers: Age of Ultron, which
She only recently had a. I mean, recently? You hated it before, right?
Yeah, you didn't like
I
it
watched
before.
it in the cinema, did not really like it. And then I rewatched everything and felt kind of, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
And then all of the stuff post Endgame with Wanda, when I went back and watched it again, really made me appreciate what they were doing with the film. I think everything they've done since Endgame has actually improved the movie in hindsight.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think it's one of the best MCU movies now. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that because it's often seen as like one of the worst. But I think it's a really enjoyable film. It's the action's really good. And I think as an introduction to Wanda, it in hindsight now it's great because it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
genuine like foundation of what her character goes on to do and become. So yeah, then we got Civil War.
Yeah. Basically,
It's
the sequel.
Civil War.
Yeah, it's Civil War.
Yeah.
They got the gang back together,
Yep.
then they broke
broke
up.
them
and
up.
then-
It's
and-
really just Avengers 2.5.
Yes.
With a little bit of cap focus in some scenes.
Yes.
Yes.
It's better than the comic.
Dude, that's not a high
It's not a high bar. Yeah, there's not much I can say about Civil War other than it's a really good movie. That's it. Joker. Again, it's been co-opted by the worst fucking people.
I mean, we knew that was going to happen
Yeah.
before it even came out.
Absolutely.
And again, it's not It's making fun of you guys. Why can't
laughing
you
at you,
see it?
But
It's
it's
pointing and
literally
laughing.
me. It's literally me.
That's not a good thing.
You're just like me, for real, for real. What does that say about you?
You fucking basement dwelling fox. It's a
Stigma
great movie, like
asshole.
genuinely a great
yes.
movie. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great character piece. I'm not even cautiously optimistic for the sequel. I think they're gonna fuck it up.
Absolutely. The second they cast Lady Gaga, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, you've lost me.
I think they could have just ended it the
Yeah,
way they ended
leave
the
it.
movie.
It seems very self-contained.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Like, that's the way it feels at the end, is that you go through this, like, massive origin story, and it's the point where the film ends that he becomes Joker. Like,
Yeah.
that's, like, he takes up the name in the third act, and he does all this stuff, but it's when he's seeing the anarchy and chaos that he's created, and he gets up on the car and just sort of, like, soaks it in. Like, he then becomes
yeah.
Joker.
Joker, and, like, that is a fantastic
And
point to end, and you don't need to go further
Nope,
because we don't need to
100%.
see that character explored beyond that, because we've already had
Yeah, we know
Jack
what he's
Nicholson,
like.
we've got Heath Ledger, we
we
don't
know
need...
what it's post crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
nice to see the pre crazy.
uh-huh
Yeah.
And let's just leave it there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't think we need potentially two Jokers going on at once, because there is
Oh my
every
God.
possibility
Oh, yeah.
that Joker's going to show up in the next Batman movie,
Yeah.
if we're anything to go
Probably.
with Barry Keegan's cameo in
Yeah.
is it Barry Keegan?
I think it is. Or it's
Yeah.
a guy that looks a lot like him.
I think it's him. Yeah,
I think it is him, yeah.
Yeah. It's just I was thinking of Saltburn real quick, and I was like, I just can't, you know.
Let's just not.
Yeah.
Next movie.
Next movie. Phantom Menace. I have a soft spot for this.
It's a nice movie.
Yeah,
for me.
I think the current version, the pod race goes on a little long. They didn't need to. John Lucas, you didn't. George,
Wait.
you didn't need to add to that.
Wait until you see the original theatrical version where it's even fucking longer.
Oh my god.
That they cut down on every home release because even he was
Excessive.
like, yeah, it's too long.
But the thing is, it was longer in the theatrical cut. They cut it down for DVD, but then the Blu-ray version, he extended it again. It's not as long, but he put stuff back in.
That is true. That is
Sneaky
actually very
bitch.
true.
Yeah. So the 4K and streaming versions still have the extra footage as well. George.
George, look at me, George. Look at me.
George.
Stop!
Look at me.
It's a cool movie. It's not really related to the films that come after it in any way.
Let's not talk about Attack of the Clones.
Well, yeah, I mean, Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie other than, well, is Rise of Skywalker worse?
I flip a coin every day.
Yeah,
just like that.
honestly, that's fair. But yeah, no, Phantom Menace is cool. I think that's all I can say. If Revenge of the Sith was here, I'd probably put it in S tier.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be on my S tier.
Skyfall.
When the sky
This was hailed as one of the best Bond movies at one point, and while I think it's good, I think No Time to Die kind of blew it out of the water. And also Casino Royale's right there, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally, the beginning of the Craig era and the end of the Craig era is better than this.
yeah, 100%.
With the duds in between.
Yeah, it's an A tier because I think it is a really good Bond movie, but I think it's kind of overrated at this point.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
It is,
I
but-
probably could have put it higher if I didn't have that enjoyment of everyone fucking talking about it. Put that enjoyment down a bit. Plus, I'm fed up of hearing that song. Black Panther. God,
Yeah.
just
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Wakanda for. Oh, should I say that as a white person? Yeah, Rip Chadwick. Honestly,
yeah.
just
Honestly, yeah.
Fucking tragedy
yeah.
that we lost him.
We could have had two really great Black Panther movies, and then we got one really great Black Panther movie in Wakanda Forever. Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. S tier.
The
Yeah.
golden top.
The absolute go of the $1 billion club, because could put way more movies in here. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
I feel like this is just accepted at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have this.
Yes.
Has to.
100%. Just a phenomenal film. Whenever I watch The Lord of the Rings, I always rewatch the whole trilogy, but I could just watch Return of the King on its own. Jurassic Park,
Classic.
classic. One of my
Classic.
favorite movies
It's a
from
good one.
growing
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Just an absolute treat to watch.
Thank you, Spielberg.
Yes, thank you,
Mr.
Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
No, but it's like the kazoo version.
Yeah.
They do move in hands.
The Dark Knight. I mean, really.
It's the dark.
It's the Dark Knight. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
And that building with the fucking symbol in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
that
movie. Not as good as Batman Begins.
No.
Nolan kind of lost the aesthetic he established.
And I will have opinions on that to the end
Yeah.
of my days.
But it's great. Really well shot. I think Nolan's commitment to practical effects really elevate what the film is. So yeah,
Using IMAX.
using IMAX. Yeah, the first ever implementation of IMAX in a movie. It's not great on the home release because it's not like consistently used. It's a bit much because it switches from cinematic to IMAX like sometimes very quickly.
Bounce around a lot.
But very good. Great movie. And then we got Top Gun Maverick. Genuinely one of the best sequels of all time. That isn't the Back to the Future sequels. Yes, is it a rehash of the first one? Yeah. 100%.
You don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. It is one of the best films to honor the 80s, original. And also, man, that fucking Val Kilmer part just kills me every
Both of the
time.
parts.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like the
just
whole
the whole thing, yeah.
part where he shows up is just incredible. Yeah, great movie. Also, man, it just looks great.
Yeah, I feel it does, especially on the 4K release.
Yeah, a lot of people complained that like they said, oh, we shot everything practically. There's not a single bit of visual effects, and then they were like, but they replaced the planes and they replaced the background. And it's like, yeah, you do know what compositing and shooting plates does, right?
Yeah.
Because the planes are flying don't exist, so they kind of need to, but they've used a base, which means it looks really good.
Yeah.
They're not lying.
Yeah.
It's not a fundamental, lie or problem.
Tom
It's-
Cruise lied to me personally.
It's like that's how movies work.
Yes, it's film. It's not real.
Yeah. And then
Magic.
and then we've got Avengers: Infinity War. Yeah, the best.
That's
part.
cinema history right
Yes,
Yes.
100%. Did it make me get up and walk out before the post-credit scenes when that To Be Continued came up? Yeah. Yeah. I did not know that Fury called Captain Marvel until it came out on Blu-ray.
And you're like, that's good on him.
Yeah. I had no idea he got blipped. Yeah. It was great. Did not know that they had, because what they had done was they're like, oh, it's Infinity War Part 1 and 2, and then they withdrew that and were like, it's Avengers 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And so I wasn't expecting
Yeah, no.
that, and I seen the To Be Continued and was like, okay.
Well, okay, so
Okay.
we'll continue it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, fuck it. If you're going to do me like that, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you in a year. Fuck you.
Goodbye.
But no, that is just, yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Tell
no.
Yeah.
me to fuck off,
Great.
I'll fuck off.
Oh man, now I'm just thinking about different parts of the movie. Fuck. It's a good movie. Yeah, so that's my tier list.
Pretty good tier list.
Insightful.
Yeah.
Fair.
I haven't given like full film critiques on most of these because it's not
Well,
the point.
you don't have
I mean,
the
we're
time.
on a bit of a time limit.
Yeah, we are on a bit of a
Yeah.
time limit. Some of these movies.
just so we know.
Speaking of a time.
Oh yeah. Where are we at? Oh wow.
Oh dear.
Are we splitting?
We may have to. We'll do one more.
Are you?
Are you wanting to do 3 separate recordings?
No,
for
I
this?
think Sean and I can squish it to one.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we usually do.
What are you saying? I talk too much?
No, it's just it happened twice before.
Okay.
I mean, I've already talked
And you know,
a little
you
bit.
have to introduce all the films because you're the first one to mention them. We can
True.
just go.
Yeah.
We've got more. Like, I mean, knowing myself, there's a 50-50 chance I'll either blast through mine or we'll take another hour.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll end it here. A bit shorter than normal.
Sorry.
So
Yeah, it's
come
alright.
back next time. This is gonna fuck up our schedule real bad. We're gonna split this episode here just to save on like. This is our last episode of the day. We can fully just keep going.
I mean, yeah, we
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
a
yeah.
big one.
Yeah, we can do a big episode. That's
Hell
fine.
yeah.
We've done it
Exactly.
before, so we're not gonna cut here. We're just gonna
Fuck it.
keep going.
We're gonna
Fuck
keep
it.
going.
No,
Okay.
we said I'm not
No.
cutting this. You're just gonna hear this all.
Yeah.
Just whole process.
Do it live.
We're not live, motherfuckers.
Live from New York.
It's oh my god.
Different show. But
Oh my god, we've been doing this for 2 years. How have we not got this yet? So, who's next?
You want to go next?
I'm fine going next. Yeah.
That's your one there. Okay, wow.
As you can see, my never seen this
That's
is
a big
quite
one.
long.
Yeah.
I think you're the
Wow.
only one to get 2 rows.
Yeah, so I'll go through my never seen first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's not really much to talk
Wow,
about. there.
okay. You've got like double the amount
Yeah.
I do.
So, first one there is Harry Potter Deathly Hallows. Have I seen it? Yeah, but it was when I watched it like all in one go and was just
Ah, okay,
exhausted by
okay.
the
Yeah,
end, so I
that's
have
fair.
no idea what happens. Like,
Yeah.
then Super Mario movie. No. Phantom Menace. I again seen it once, not clear enough of an idea
What do you
to
mean
read
you're not
it.
a Star Wars fan?
I'm not. Avatar: Way of Water. Just no thanks.
Yeah.
Water has a way.
No thanks.
I'll watch it to cross it off the list,
Eventually.
but I'm not
No.
like it's on Disney Plus, and I've still just not taken that opportunity because
Yeah.
like it's long.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a commitment
Yeah.
for like an afternoon or an evening. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Screw that. Finding Dory. Speaking of water.
I like this is the thing I didn't bring up with mine. I just don't. I'm not interested in it.
No,
Couldn't care for
Couldn't
it.
care for Finding Dory.
You don't need to.
No,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, no.
You can live your life very much without this movie and feel nothing
Yeah.
different.
Top Gun Maverick.
We
Haven't
gotta
seen it.
fix this. We gotta fix this.
Aquaman. Haven't seen it.
I
That-
will try.
I've not seen any James Bond film.
We gotta get you to watch the Craig era. At
Yeah,
least.
I know.
At least the Craig era.
I've seen like one of the Nolan Batman movies. Probably the first one.
Wow, we really gotta fix this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
Jesus
right.
Christ.
That's there. I haven't seen any of the Toy Stories, so there's Toy Story 4.
What's wrong with you?
Then Fast and Furious is the next one. Again, nope. Transformers.
I
nope.
can't judge you on
Batman,
that one. I've
nope.
never seen Fast and Furious.
And I'll just go to the last one. Live action Lion King. None of us have.
None
of us have seen
Again,
it.
I don't think it's one that we're all that
Interested.
interested in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested in any of the Disney live action remakes. I'm not
Fair.
contributing to
whatever
more of
that
them.
is.
Yeah.
Fair, no. So I will swiftly move on to my F tier, which only has 2 titles.
This is interesting because I put one of these in
your
my
D
D tier.
This
So
is
I'm
something
curious
personal.
because I don't like I said D tier means I don't really remember it. So I'm curious why it's an F.
Are we talking about Despicable Me 3?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So first, Rise of Skywalker. I don't think we want to talk about it.
yeah, we'll leave that for
Yeah,
Sean.
Sean can talk about it. And then I have Despicable Me 3. I think it's just because I like the first 2 a lot, and this one, in comparison, just...
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was like there was a big time lag
Yes.
between 2 and 3,
That
and I
as
think
well.
that's probably part
Yeah,
of
you're
the,
right.
the
Because
problem.
when did 3 come out?
Ooh.
Recent.
Recent, like 2018?
26, between 2016 and 2018, I
Yeah.
think, and
Okay,
like
not
1 and
as recent
2
as I
were
thought.
like
Very close together.
Yeah,
like
like-
2 years apart.
I
maybe?
think so. It was like
Despicable Me
2011?
2 was 2013.
So I think because I think Despicable
Yeah.
Me 1 was 2011. So
Yeah, 2011, 2010 maybe.
So yeah, I've seen it. It wasn't memorable in any way.
no.
Especially when you compare it to, like, the first Despicable Me, iconic to me.
Uh-huh.
The second one, loved the premise.
Yup.
So I just worked. And then this was like, we meet Gru's sister.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, that is what happened. Oh my god.
a poster.
Yeah, but it's too. Oh my
It's
god,
like
it's Jack and Jill.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no. So yeah.
Look like you're about to throw your revelation.
But yeah, that concludes my F tier. It's just movies that I've seen, and I was kind of like, what's the fucking point of that?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, no. Then for my D tier, it's, again, a small category, I'd say. We have Alice in Wonderland, the remake.
The live action.
The live
yeah.
action Johnny Depp.
Tim Burton.
Yeah,
Why?
like, it's a fine movie. Visually, it's very pretty.
Is it?
I liked it. It was weird.
It's got a
pretty.
style.
Visually, it looks very Tim Burton, but not in a way I ever want to watch it.
Yeah, it feels like Tim Burton if you suck the creativity out.
Like, they were pieces. I like the Mad Hatter design. And, you know, the world building is fine. I did not care enough to see the sequel, because fuck that.
Oh yeah,
There's a
Through
That's
the
a
Looking
thing.
Glass.
Yeah, through the looking
Oh
glass.
god, there was a sequel.
I think I saw the trailer and I was like, wow. I already forgot what that was. And so
Yeah.
didn't care for it.
Through the Looking Glass.
Fair enough.
Like, yeah,
Oh yeah?
I forgot it existed.
The reason I haven't watched it is I really like the original.
Yeah,
Disney
I've never
animation.
seen the original, so for me it was very much an introduction to the story. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
grew up with the original one, so it's
Yeah, then don't ruin this.
Yeah.
No, don't ruin that with
yeah.
us. No.
Johnny Depp kind of already like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a fine movie, but he kind of ruined
How dare you? It's my favorite.
Willy
part.
Wonka for me. Gotta remember, I grew up with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Fucking Gene Wilder.
I'm a weird hybrid. I grew up with both, so I have very strange feelings about.
We will discuss this
We will.
afterwards. If you need therapy, we can.
Yeah.
So next I have the live action Aladdin, which of course I did watch because it is a
Yeah.
musical.
Yeah, that's all
That's not an
Disney
excuse.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah, but this one, it was disappointing on so many levels. Because again, we have Will Smith trying to fill some very big shoes.
yeah, he had massive fucking shoes to fill.
Yeah, and I think I watched some video essay on it, on a guy who was like, if Will Smith just kind of changed Genie to be more his style and kind of made it his own thing instead of trying to emulate,
Yeah.
it would have been so much better. Because I think Will Smith did
that's
like
hot.
a remix for one of the songs, but it played over the credits. And it was
Oh.
like, you should have used that.
Ah, the classic
For
remake
that-
syndrome.
Yeah, and it's just a shame. And they added songs to, you know, make it more of a feminist thing. I'm like, you can't just add in a song, but I'll do what I want and then continue with her being
Yeah, it's not really
enslaved.
feminism if you're just singing a song
Yeah.
about it and then just not
So-
changing the fundamental problem.
Did they add that song in and then have like a whole new world happen like right after? Because that's a bad move. If they've
No,
done that.
so this, the new feminist song was way later.
Okay.
When I think Jafar is like, I'll take her.
So, wow, it really does feel tacked on at the end.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just like legit moment in time where she just kind of has her monologue-esque song, and no one. It doesn't happen in real time. You know,
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
a fantasy world, whatever. So it's like has no impact.
So they swept it under the "this is a dream" carpet.
yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
That's
And-
a terrible move.
This is just upsetting. I'm so upset. Then Last Jedi for me it just didn't. As a
fair enough.
non-Star
Yeah,
Wars
yeah.
fan,
Yeah,
it
like,
didn't
I-
do much for me.
I think me and Sean, we have that growing up with Star Wars. So like,
Mm-hmm.
for us, you know, the sequels were a big event.
Yeah, huge thing, especially 7 when it was in theaters.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so like we have like a predisposition of feelings towards it.
Yeah,
Rise of Skywalker went to show you only have so much grace in that though.
yeah.
Soon.
Soon.
Then we move to Jurassic World. I believe this
Fallen Kingdom.
is Fallen Kingdom. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Like,
Yeah, we like it, but it ain't good.
yeah, one thing I don't understand is why Fallen Kingdom is rated lower than World, like the first one. Because I get Fallen Kingdom having low ratings because it's not a good movie. It's entertaining, but Jurassic World is not a good movie, nor is it entertaining. So why is that actually like considered? Like, yeah. Also, I see it on your A tier, so I'm fucking confused.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay. So my C tier, Frozen 2.
This is in the middle.
Yeah, it's very much. I mean, it's on the lower half. Of
Yeah,
the middle.
true. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's very much overhyped. Had one really nice song. Story was nice enough.
What
For
was
me
the
to
good
follow.
song?
It's just her going, Into the Unknown. That's the one.
Really?
I like Into the Unknown.
Fucking hate that song. I
Better
listened
than
to
Let
it.
It
and,
Go.
like, at least like Let It Go feels like I get why it became so popular because it is like a catchy, good song. Into the Unknown put me off of watching Frozen 2.
I don't know Into the Unknown.
No, it's just a bunch of yelling.
How?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good.
No. Like, I want to say, in the context of the film, it makes so much sense, but
Do you
it's
remember
not
that
gonna...
Brendan Urie did a cover of that?
Yeah.
It was bad. It was
real
not good.
bad. I don't want to talk about Brendan.
Shall we move swiftly on?
Yes, Rogue One. We've talked about how
I'm
it's
surprised you
very...
watched Rogue One, I'm gonna be honest.
So I watched it in cinema
Wow.
with my brother.
Okay.
The day Carrie Fisher died.
Oh wow! What a
The
roller
day
coaster!
Carrie Fisher died.
What a roller coaster!
Yeah, I think I found it in the morning, and we'd already bought tickets, and we're like, "Oh, this feels weird. This feels wrong."
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you just kind of sit there thinking, like, "Oh, end of an era, and now we have this." Okay.
At least it's not going to see like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, no, exactly. That would have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
But it still felt.
Yeah. I get it.
It just felt.
Oh yeah, because
weird.
they have de-aged Carrie Fisher in there,
Yes.
don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, fucking PS4
Yeah.
Tarkin, Jesus.
But yeah,
Anyway,
it's very
PS4
fine.
Tarkin.
yeah.
It's very much fun. I think what I like most about it was I think it's Diego Luna that's in it, who I thought was fun.
Oh yeah,
He was
the
nice.
main kind of
The guy.
yeah.
The guy. The main guy.
The main guy, okay.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that went on to be an Andor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Xandor.
yeah, he's Andor. Yeah.
That guy.
That guy! I don't know, I didn't know his actor name.
Yeah.
I think it's Diego Luna.
It's Diego Luna. Yeah.
I know it was Diego something.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. So, Beauty and the Beast live action.
Again, I love the original too much
I-
that I don't think I could ever watch the
I
live
really,
action.
really love the original. Do I think some points of this one are really good? Yeah. Emma Watson should have never fucking been cast. in
Yeah,
this.
like from the trailers, that just feels like a massive miscast.
It is auto-tuned to hell. To the point that I don't remember how old I was, 17, 18-ish, I could tell in the cinema this has been auto-tuned to hell.
Wow.
And that's how you know it's just
Yeah.
not good. And they added some more to like make her relationship with her father more meaningful. I was like, we didn't need it.
yeah.
So fair. Then Zootopia, I think it just works. It works.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't go back to it. That's the only reason it's kind of lower
Yeah.
for me because it's like, I watched it. It was meaningful,
Yeah.
but it beats you in
Yeah.
the head with it a bit too much.
I rewatch it every now and then. Because like you say, it just works.
Yeah. Then
I hate that they recalled it. They renamed it Zootropolis here. Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
That's fair.
yeah, it was Zootropolis for us as well.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, I have seen Fallen Kingdom. What I remember of it is very little.
And you put
So
it in
that-
C.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wait, hold on. No. Because the last one we talked about was
this
Fallen
was
Kingdom.
Dominion.
This is Dominion. This
Yeah.
is the third one where they brought back
The biggest,
the big one.
the biggest of the big ones.
yeah.
Yeah. For only
Brought back
spectacle's
Jeff
sake. I
They
think
brought back a Sam Neill.
Sam Neill,
What's
yeah.
her name?
the other one.
The girl, the woman.
The woman.
Yeah.
I don't
my
know her
God.
name
I
either.
can't remember her name.
Yeah, so just for spectacle's sake, I put it there.
Yeah, I still need to see it.
It's cool dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. And then Avatar 2009. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
visually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Well, first time watching it, you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then you're like, oh, everyone that likes this is like fucking annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then we move to, an equally cinematic masterpiece of the Minions.
I thought the Minions 2 was the cinematic masterpiece.
No.
Isn't Minions 2 the one that everyone
Yeah.
went to? The,
Yeah, tuxedos.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think it's just stupid adorable. You kind of go brain off, babble at me in your weird little words, boys. And it's fine.
Fair enough.
And same thing I have with first Harry Potter. It's just, brain off, background, funky.
Yeah.
Just kind of for the vibe's sake.
Pirate it. Don't give her money.
No, fuck.
Yeah,
Who the fuck still pays for Harry Potter in this
Give
thing?
any of those parties money.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Then we move on to my B tier, where I start with Titanic.
Okay.
Yeah, it
You're
has
gonna
its
be
problems.
surprised by his rating of Titanic.
I'm just gonna assume it's low. It's not that type of thing. I'm a sappy for romance, so
Fair enough. It is one I really need to watch.
yeah. But again, I'll give it its fault because it's a bit too long. It drags
Yeah.
on like insane. But yeah, that's why it's in B. Same with Captain Marvel, where I'm like, watched it, was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, liked her. I like her as a character.
Yeah.
Movie was fine. That's all I got.
Have you seen the Marvels?
No.
Have any of us seen the Marvels? I've watched the Marvels.
How
I'm
is
probably
it?
gonna end up watching the Marvels at some point this week.
It's fine. It's okay.
'Cause my mum's
figure it's
curious.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I can't. I admit I'm kind of curious as well.
I was curious. That's why I ended up
Yeah,
watching it.
Fair. So yeah, I also have Far From Home a bit lower in my Spider-Man rating, just because, as you mentioned, of the three,
Yeah.
it's a good.
It's
yeah,
the middle.
but it's right in the middle.
It is the middle one.
Yeah, and this next one is maybe a surprise.
Force Awakens.
Yes, I quite like The Force Awakens. 'Cause
I can get it as
Yeah,
like
I
someone
get it,
who's
yeah.
not as attached.
yeah, like I have no attachment to the fandom, so I watched it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
to the Phantom. What
That's
do you
fair,
mean, the
yeah.
Phantom of the Opera?
So yeah, I watched it at cinema just with my brother and my dad who don't know much about Star Wars either. They're just kind of like,
That
I'll watch them.
shocks me, honestly. That
Why?
at least your brother isn't like super into Star Wars.
None of us is. We just kind of go because it's an event. It's
Yeah.
the big movie.
It's just your
yeah.
brother kind of strikes me as the type. That's all.
Or look, maybe he's gotten into it in the last years. I wouldn't know. I don't think so. It's just not
You're
something
gonna get
I
text
grew
from
up
your
on.
brothers after this episode goes out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like fuck you.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars. Then Iron Man 3, themes are great. Does it have its faults?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely, but I do think it's the best representation of Tony we will ever have
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's done.
Especially because if they bring him back, oh boy, that's gonna be a fucking shitstorm.
It's gonna be a
They
shit
fucking
show
better
as
not.
well.
Yeah.
Oh my god. To contrast PTSD, we now have Frozen.
Yeah,
know.
childhood trauma.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's how. Yeah.
Wow.
I was 12 when I watched it. It's a fun musical. It's fine.
We're two very different reactions to
Yeah.
12-year-olds who
Yeah.
watched it.
Well, I watched it with my little sister, so I
Yeah.
was like, it's fine.
Fair enough.
I think it was one of the first films I watched fully in English, so maybe that's why I was
Okay.
like, because my sister wanted to watch it in Dutch because she was younger than me and didn't speak English. So I had watched it in Dutch first. And I was like, this is bullshit. I'm gonna watch it on my own.
Stupid.
Yeah. And then, so I kind of, because the posters are a bit fucked, I thought this was one of the other Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
I thought this was not the one with just Jack Sparrow, to say that.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I really like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I think they're good movies.
Yeah.
They've got their hits and misses though.
Absolutely.
I
and
still need to watch them in full.
I still haven't seen the last one they made.
no, same. Ugh, couldn't be fucking bothered.
On
Dead
straight,
Man
no.
Tell No Tales.
I think that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think it
Stranger
got
Tides was the
renamed
fourth one.
here though. I think it got renamed here.
Could be. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I thought it was any of the others. But I thought it was but not this one.
Not on Stranger Tides.
No, and I just thought, for me, it's such a vibe thing as well, where it to me is, I don't want to say it's my science fiction, you know?
Okay, no, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Like, it's just a fun world to escape in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go Pirates.
Where would you actually put
Yeah.
this one?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, fair enough.
course, so.
It's pretty much just Johnny Depp running around being a lunatic.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just snap it away.
Yeah, no, thank you. Then we're going to move to my A tier, which will start with Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not S deserving, because it is a mess at times.
Yeah.
But just the spectacle around it and all that.
You're Kermiting again.
Stop scrunching.
I will. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
Watch. Incredibles 2, I watched semi-recently as in like the last year.
Okay.
So I don't know, I don't know, it's just such a feel-good movie.
Judging.
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck you.
I can't call it because I genuinely don't remember anything about it.
I just really liked Edna Mode that was in it. Was the little stylist.
I remember the first movie, so I remember who Edna is.
Okay. She was in a bunch more. So,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah. Then Avengers 2012. To me it's an A tier. Like, I know about all the fucking Joss Whedon shit, yes. I would not want that man to get any money from me, so
Oh,
fuck
Joss
it.
Whedon's involvement in it isn't like one of my issues.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it,
yeah.
really.
He's a bastard of a human being.
Yeah.
Judging the movie itself.
Like, to me, this film has the same vibe as the first Iron Man does, where it's very
I get
much
that.
the beginning of a something.
Yeah. I think that can describe all of Phase 1.
Yeah.
The beginning
The
of a
before
something.
the downfall.
You're not really there yet. Thor, you know.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of elements that are still cooking.
Let's act like Iron Man 2 doesn't exist.
And then we have Jurassic World, which I really liked.
Really?
I haven't watched
Explain.
it in a few years, to be fair. So
Okay.
I haven't watched it with my overly critical eye.
I used to be like you. I used to be like you.
Yeah, so I've watched it, I think 3-4 times. Because
Okay, I'm not like you at all.
Wow.
After I first watched it, I just really liked it, and I think because maybe it was Chris Pratt's era, you know, he was in like Guardians, he was
Yeah.
his comeback. I
I
wish
still
it would have
didn't really
ended
like him.
already, but you know.
Wait, hold on. Are
I-
you giving this movie an A tier because Chris Pratt hot?
No, not even. I don't think he's that attractive. I just think he's a fun actor to look at. I don't know why.
What?
So like aesthetically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll admit that I've always kind of been a Chris Pratt hater. I love Parks and Rec.
Fair.
I think he is one of the worst parts about Parks and Rec. I do not like Andy
no,
at all. And the
I
fact
get
he's
it.
always just kind of played that character.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, he doesn't because he actually has to be an intelligent individual. I still don't like him.
Yeah, no,
He is.
Sort of feels like the Martin Freeman problem we were talking about earlier.
No, there's just there's something.
obviously
just-
not the same degree
No,
of
no,
hatred,
no.
but-
I feel like I can explain the Chris Pratt thing, whereas like Martin Freeman just kind of annoys me on like a anatomical level.
Anatomical. Down to his foundation.
Yeah, an atomic level. That's what I meant. Like just every Chris Pratt, I just kind of think
no.
he's rizzless.
No, I see that. Yeah.
He has got nothing going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will appreciate a lot of movies for, like, what they've meant to me.
Yeah.
Like, not what I meant.
I'll
Like,
go with
I
he's got-
enjoyed it so much. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I just seen a lot of the original Jurassic Parks. So I was like, give me more of that shit.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Me up. So it was kind of just a continuation of that for me. So that's why I just really liked it. And I put Age of Ultron on the same length. I just noticed I have almost all the Avengers
Yeah, you
movies
do.
on
You
one
do.
tier. Not intentionally.
I mean, there's one that's like
Yeah.
higher
Yeah.
up, but
Yeah, Age of Ultron. I really agree that it's better in hindsight.
Yeah.
now. Absolutely, because this was the first Marvel movie I watched in cinema, which I think I've talked
okay.
before. So, and this was before I'd watched any other.
Oh,
This is
you
my
Oh, wow.
first-
You did
Okay.
the same thing I did, only I jumped in on Civil War.
Wow.
Oh.
I'd seen everything before this came out. Like I was on it with Iron Man. Like I was there at that point.
Yeah, no, for some reason, my family, we were just bored watching them. And then after we watched Age of Ultron, I don't even know why we went to watch it, to be honest. We were just like, well, I want to know who the fuck these people are.
Who are these fuckers?
I remember just distinct leaning over to my dad because I was like, maybe he knows when Iron Man and Hulk need him to calm down. So he calls Veronica, which is just the
okay,
name for the
yeah.
suit. And I just
Yeah.
leaned over to him. Who's Veronica? So, I don't know.
And then later, after watching the other movies, you're still like, who's Veronica?
Veronica?
Yes, I was. Like, I was watching all those pre-movies just to be like, where the fuck is Veronica? So, and then moving on to, Avengers 2.5.
Yes.
Civil War.
Civil War.
Just works on the same length.
It just works.
It just works,
Yeah. Black Widow hot. That helps.
Yeah. Bucky
It
Barnes.
It just works.
It just works. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
There's a robot.
There's a Robo Man. There's a witch. There's Spider Man. Like Spider Man.
Just,
And that's how I jumped into the MCU.
yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man.
I got Spider Man.
Yes, Spider-Man. No Way Home, is it right? The third.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Way Home.
The
Sorry,
one where
the titles
Aunt May
are fucking
dies.
confusing.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So we watched this together, and it was such a fun experience.
Yeah.
And just watching it, like I don't agree with the whole nostalgia bait. No, because if this was purely nostalgia bait, it would have been so much worse. Written.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It would have been shit, and they would have been all over the trailers.
It takes them so long to even
Oh my
bring
Yeah.
them into
God.
They are
Yeah.
not the biggest part of the
it
movie.
too. No. We knew they were gonna show up. Like they hadn't confirmed it, but we knew they were gonna show up.
Yeah,
and
we
we're
had a-
sitting in the cinema watching it and we're like,
Are
where are they? Where are they?
Are
When-
they?
when are they
Where's,
gonna-
yeah, I'm just sort of sitting there while we're watching, like, where's my boys? Where's my boys? I'm not
Where they-
falling
where they
into the
at? Where
hype,
they
but
at?
where's
Where
my
they at?
fucking boys?
We had the same during Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness because Sean and I, were convinced Charles Xavier, Patrick
Oh,
Stewart
yeah,
would
yeah,
show
yeah,
up.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, no.
Yeah,
You're very
that's
much
right,
like
yeah.
that. Don't do this. Don't do this. And then he
Yeah.
shows up. I remember turning to you like,
And then I remember we left and I was like, yeah, they still shouldn't have done it.
No, 100%. Yeah.
that's a whole other discussion now.
Because our whole thing on it, like why I was like, don't do it, was because I was like, I don't think they can pull it off. I don't
And
think
they
it's
kind of didn't.
no.
I do remember.
Is that scene with Wanda in like wherever the fuck it takes place, the White Room, fucking cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
No.
I do remember, like, after, like, Charles Xavier comes up and I just look at you like, I think I remember you just going,
Yeah.
Just middle finger.
yeah, just straight up, like,
How dare you? So last on my A tier list, I thought this was the first Pirates of the Caribbean, which I fucking love.
I think
think
it's the
it's-
second.
It's
I
the
think
second,
as
yeah, it
well.
looks like the second.
Yeah. But yeah, the first Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite films of all time. I think. That Man's Chest. Is
Yeah.
it the first?
That's the second
Ah.
one. Yeah, that's
Yeah, okay.
definitely the second one.
I still would put the second one here, I think.
Mm.
Because again, I watched this when I was a bit before like Avengers and Marvel stuff. So I was maybe like 11, 12-ish. So it was like prime time to be like, fuck yeah, pirate stuff. Hell yeah. Fucking Yar.
Yar.
And it was getting used to scarier things like Davy Jones, which, hey,
No,
12,
no,
12
I get
years-
it. I
Thank
get
you.
it. I
Thank
get it.
you.
I defend
Thank
you here.
Thank you.
I mean, my experience with horror is very different because I've been into it
Exactly.
I
from
mean,
I was
Davy
young.
Jones didn't scare me, but you
get it.
Specifically, it's there. I saw when I was way younger. I've not seen the full movie, but like in Curse of the Black Pearl, there's a part where like they all turn to skeletons. at
Oh,
some point.
yeah.
Yeah.
That fucked with me as a kid.
No, yeah, I get that.
and it's
yeah.
probably the reason why I haven't watched that movie in full. I'm so sorry. So I get you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Point.
But yeah, boop. Yeah, that's just for the vibes. I like the series a lot, so that's why it's even if it's a second, it's fine. It's not as good as the first, but it's fine.
God.
Which concludes my A tier.
A tier.
So we shall now go to my top tier movies, which starts
with the most
There's a big
basic
pink bee.
bitch movie.
Barbie. Does it have its faults? Yeah, but it doesn't deserve A tier because
Okay.
it makes up for it in a lot of things.
Fair enough.
From, like-
but like I can't judge because I've not seen the movie.
I do need to see it. I do need to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like
It's on my list.
like the biggest about it, I would say, is it does try a bit too hard at times. But you know, for some audiences that will be fine. For others,
I mean,
that
it's
will
sort
be bothersome.
like half
Yeah.
going for a younger audience as well, isn't it?
Not
kinda.
yes and no. It's,
Like an all ages thing, I guess. But maybe not.
I mean, they're very
From
much
what I've
talking about
seen, I
the
don't-
patriarchy.
Yeah.
shit.
You want to talk about the concept of the patriarchy with your 6-year-old
Yeah.
daughter?
Yeah, but like an introductory course.
I mean, they make fun of it in a way where it could be understandable for kids, but
Yeah.
I don't think I would.
Because it's
To
more,
children.
from what I know of it, it's more of like a film about Barbie not fitting the Barbie.
yeah,
like,
yeah. She
image
doesn't
thing.
live up to her own
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah.
And how that kind of evolves from there.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm still upset that for some fucking reasons the Oscar thing doesn't think it's an original screenplay but an adaptation.
Yeah, I find that
That's
strange.
bullshit. Yeah, they fought to
Yeah.
get an original because where the fuck are they basing this on?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A doll.
The doll?
Yeah, it makes
the,
no sense.
The thing that bugged me the most is that it was nominated for quite a few, but then people were still pissed that
Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for Best Director, and I was like, and they're like, it's a snub, and I'm like, guys, did you read the rest of the nominations? There,
Yeah.
it's there plenty of times.
Like, it wasn't like she was bottom of the list. She was
Yeah.
probably like fucking just out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Which-
probably figured as well.
Yeah. But yeah, I recommend to watch it. I think it's definitely a nice, healthy change to see, like, partially from the female perspective,
Yeah.
you know. Love the Kenergy. It's
the Kenergy.
I love that term.
yeah. So
Is he Ken enough?
He's
is
just
he
Ken.
though? Are we? Is anyone? But yeah, I could talk about that movie so much more, but I will not.
Yeah, we need to see it
Because you need
first.
to watch
Yeah, we'll have a big
Yeah.
discussion when all three of us have actually
Yeah.
seen it.
Yes. Then we move on to Joker.
Yeah.
Which is
That's such a
hard cut.
left.
Hard cut. Yeah. Weirdly,
It works.
they're striving for the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
They just want to be accepted.
Yeah.
They want to feel good.
Society won't accept.
We got Barbenheimer, but we could have had
Prepare
Booker. We could have had Baker. We could have had Baker.
Barker.
Barker.
Boker.
Maybe when Barbie 2 comes out at the same time as Joker.
Anyone
2.
who's not Scottish doesn't even get the joke I'm making.
No,
I
no.
don't even get it. What?
there. You don't get it?
No.
Boker. To
Boker,
boke
to
means
boke.
Oh.
almost
To dry
throw up.
heave. To throw. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. You need the Boker.
Could have had Boker.
Boker.
Now think of this. Bokenheimer.
Oh my god. All
No.
three of them at once.
I love like the theme here that like both of these movies tackle the same thing but like in different ways.
Yeah. Both are literally me.
One's way healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And surprisingly, it's Joker.
One is a movie with mental health help and the
Yeah.
other isn't.
No.
Yes, we talked about Joker. I think
Yeah.
it's really fun. I don't want the sequel. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie for Harley Quinn. Wait a minute.
No. See, if that was the case, I'd be more excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we go to Avengers Infinity War because it's just
Yeah.
it's good. It was such a theater experience
it's-
that it
it's
just
the peak.
deserves the S tier just for that. Yeah, I'll move on to this because we've said all we want to say about Infinity War, Black Panther. Yeah, the rewatchability of that is so good. Absolutely, I've rewatched it a few times, sometimes just on the background, just because the vibes
Yeah,
are good.
yeah.
I love the music, a lot of the creative choices, amazing.
Yeah.
Just little touches where like it really helped. And again, I think Chadwick was such a big part of that, and he I would not want to see anyone else in the role of this
No,
boy, which
and I think that's
sucks.
the biggest problem with
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever is that it spends the whole film building up Shuri to take on the role, and then she takes on the role, and you're like,
This is.
Yeah.
I genuinely think it's only an A tier for me because I still just don't like that they kind of didn't give it the visual effects on the same
Oh,
par as all of the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
is fair
see that.
criticism.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think it's the opening sequence that's beautifully done
Mm-hmm.
with the sand falling and stuff. Oh my god. And then you get to the fight on the bridge. And you're
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
For me, it also kicks in quite early with the car chase through Seoul. Is it
I didn't
Seoul?
notice it as much
I
in
really
that one.
noticed it, but in that scene, and every time I watch it, I'm like, "Ugh, okay.
No.
But the
because I really like that sequence as well.
it's very
Yeah.
glaring to me.
Yeah, maybe it's just I haven't looked for it or haven't noticed it, but once I notice it, it's
Maybe
going
I'm
to
too
be
busy
brutal.
vibing to the
Thanks.
music when I watch it.
It's such vibey fucking
the soundtrack is the fucking goat.
Yeah. Then we go to Unexpected Journey. We all know I love
S
The
tier,
Hobbit.
though.
Yeah, S tier,
Yes. Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who also has a sort of soft spot for that movie.
Yeah, no, it deserves to be.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
but
it
okay.
does. This isn't like my
Objectively
teenage
wrong.
feel-good movie. Don't say bad things about it. I'm gonna take it personally.
Point.
Yes. So a harsh cut to Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hard cut to
like,
Jurassic Park, yeah.
Duh.
Spielberg does not have like a single film I haven't enjoyed that I've seen
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, that I've seen.
Yeah.
West Side Story, the new one, have you?
I'm never gonna watch it, honestly. Like from the trailers, just
Yeah.
does not.
I don't think it appeals to
No.
you. You're not the audience. It's I
Uh-uh.
haven't seen it either, to be fair.
Even though he didn't direct like 75% of Ready Player One, still a really enjoyable.
Yeah. And I will end my list with Return of the King.
Because
Yup.
again, you have to.
We all,
You have
yeah,
to.
Yeah,
it's-
that's a unanimous
to.
on all
Yeah.
three of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I feel like my tiered list is yeah.
it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very you.
Wow.
That feels like an insult.
Yeah, that's
You can take it however
you,
you want.
derogatory.
Yeah. It's very you. Fuck you.
I did it fully with that intent.
Yeah.
It's just things move around a lot depending on how I feel. So
Oh yeah, I had that.
I
problem, but
yeah,
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from.
I had to
so,
refresh
yeah.
like my list yesterday just to make sure that nothing
Mm-hmm.
had changed really, and only one had changed.
None of mine had really changed, if only because like these aren't films I revisit like super often.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. They made a lot of money, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, the other ones related to this
Yeah.
are better.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, that's
Yeah,
Melina's
that's me.
tier list. With a lot you've never seen. We really need to fix some of these.
I know.
Uh,
Trust me, I'm so aware.
Judge.
I feel free. It's fine.
And then we move on to
It's my
Sean's.
Oh.
So we
Okay.
want to go through your never seen.
Yeah, just to quickly gloss over my never seen Frozen 2.
Fair.
After
We
these
should get your
conversations,
dad to drag you to the cinema again.
no, I don't want to. After these conversations, I don't want to.
Fair.
Never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean
We need to
movies.
fix that.
You can fix that.
Yeah. They're all on Disney now, aren't they?
I believe so.
I'd like to think so.
They
fucking
should
own
be.
them.
They're
Yeah.
Disney movies.
Yeah.
I'll find the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any Transformer movies past the first one,
That's fair.
and I don't think I need to.
You don't need to.
Maybe Bumblebee, but that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rise of the Beasts is meant to be okay too.
yeah. According to Cody.
Yeah.
Never seen any live action Disney remake.
That's
because,
fair.
Again,
Yeah. I like just don't want to buy into them remaking.
yeah,
these
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a
no,
part of that
absolutely.
machine.
No.
And I liked Lion King like animated like too much. To
Oh
really
yeah.
watch
Yeah.
it
That's
live
too
action.
too much of a part of my childhood too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I watched it so much because it was my brother's favorite movie, so it was on repeat.
Yeah.
So it would feel like a disgrace to
funny, I
watch a
didn't-
live action.
Watched Lion King anime until I was a bit of an older kid.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a core fundamental part of my childhood, but it's still a really good movie.
Fair.
Never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, so
That's
you
fair.
can fix that if you want.
I I mean, they're entertaining, but I think if you're not into like
Cars.
racing and cars, then you're not really going to be
I'll
that
maybe check out the
interested.
first one and go see where I go from there.
Tokyo Drift is awful though. They're like genuinely bad.
Cool. Not seen Minions, either Minions movie. I've only in that entire franchise. I've only seen the second Despicable Me movie.
What?
I mean, arguably,
Yeah, no.
one of the better.
I haven't seen the Minions movie. I'm not interested
Fair.
in the Minions that
No,
much.
I get that. It's a lot.
Yes,
There's
It's
a lot of
on
them.
the fully matured brain.
yeah. I'm looking at it going, I don't think I'm the target audience.
Yeah.
Like, not in the slightest.
I should stress, I got taken to Despicable Me 2 with my cousin.
Oh,
And,
okay.
So,
Fair enough.
yeah. I haven't seen Toy Story 4. It's on my list.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Definitely now. I'm going to watch it eventually, just not right now.
Fair.
Joker is higher on my list.
You haven't.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Oh my
We talked about
goodness.
this.
Yeah, no, I just seeing on the list, I was fucking.
I have it on 4K and I still haven't sat down and watched it.
Oh
my
my
God.
god.
I'll get there. It's just... I'll admit there's a little of a hurdle going like, I'm about to watch the movie co-opted by arseholes.
It's even then, like, I think it's a
still
movie
really
you need
good.
to be
Yeah.
I
like,
know.
in the right frame of mind
Yes.
for too.
Yes.
100%.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Barbie's on my list.
Thank you. From all women, thank you.
Oh, cool. As a representative of all women right here, right now, I thank you. I haven't seen Despicable Me 3.
Dominion.
That's Dominion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I was very unsure if that was the one I had seen or not. But yeah, I've not seen Dominion. I'll probably get to it at some point. Mario movie also on the list. Way of Water not on the fucking list.
That's fair.
And Alice in Wonderland, I completely forget exists until I see it again.
Yep.
Fair. Have you seen? Have you seen the first Avatar? Because I can't see it on your.
Yeah, I've seen the first Avatar. We'll get there.
Where the fuck is it?
Yeah, I don't.
Ah,
Oh, yeah,
there
so
it
There,
is.
yeah, it jumps out at you, doesn't
God,
it?
Yeah.
it's such an awful
Shitty.
poster.
It does sort of blend into the fallen
Yeah.
kingdom, doesn't it?
Okay, you're
Okay.
F tier. Introduce us to the solo work
Hold on.
and what we've been
just take
waiting
my drink
for.
here.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just,
no, prepare. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. Sean, you got the floor? Yeah,
Just get ready.
yeah, no, that's fair.
Rise of Skywalker, bad. That's it.
That's it. Oh, that's it.
By all known laws of movie making.
Okay, no. To go into a little more depth. Not going too much, because I think
Thank
I went
you.
in a bit of a
Little,
rant
yeah.
in my rent-free film, so watch that episode.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. We've talked about this.
Yeah, it happened.
On mic.
Extensively.
Yes,
On mic.
it's recorded. It's out there.
I
The internet
forgot
can
this
hear it.
happened on mic.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So if you're curious about the full rant, you can find it in Sean's
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're
Rent-Free
curious,
Films.
we have this conversation at least once a month.
No, you guys skipped your conversations though, so I think this needs to be told
No,
again.
that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. This movie does not work on every level except visually.
Yeah, the cinematography is stunning. That's
have
it.
2 compliments to this movie. Maybe 3. 1, it's shot well.
Yeah.
2, the lightsaber choreography is functional.
Wow. Okay. I think it's very good, but okay.
It is. It's all right.
There's one moment I don't like. That's when she kind of like jumps over him. I think that looks a bit weird.
That's a bit dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the fights are fine.
Mm-hmm.
They're okay. They're not my favorite,
Yeah.
but they're fine. And Adam Driver is trying his best.
Yeah, no, poor man.
Every
Yeah.
actor really is trying their best.
Yeah. He's definitely a highlight of this film. He gets fucked over by having a terrible role.
Yeah, and having a
Absolutely.
terrible resolution to his story.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal actor.
He is a great
Absolutely
actor.
Amazing.
He does
He
a lot.
carries these movies on
Oh
his back.
my
He
God,
does a
he
lot
does.
better in Rise of Skywalker than he does in Last Jedi. I think he tries too hard in Last Jedi.
Disagree.
I think
I'm
mainly
not
as
mad.
the film gets nearer the end, I think he gets a bit too try hardy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can understand, but I kind of love that as well.
Fair enough. Good soup.
But yeah, he's given a terrible story.
yeah.
Finn especially is given a terrible. I feel
Oh,
like Finn
yeah.
gets the worst
Oh my
story
God.
because he's
Most
sidelined.
of the characters get fucked over in this movie.
Yes.
It's just,
Because Finn has a whole storyline that was clearly cut in the edit,
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's never resolved in the actual film.
nope,
So he's just there to scream Ray.
yeah. He's force sensitive, don't you know?
Is he? Is he really? Genuinely, don't fucking know if that's the case since it was never fucking confirmed. Richard E. Grant is in this movie.
Fuck he is.
Yeah, I know, right? He's trying his best.
Who? When?
He's one of the First Order officers who murders Donald Gleason.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
He's he's his replacement because Donald Gleason's character storyline clearly didn't pan out.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It's not a good movie, is it?
No.
This is genuine. Okay, I'm gonna give you like another frame of reference here on how bad this movie is.
He's been
When I
waiting
watch-
for this all
Yeah.
day.
Yes, when I watch Star Wars, I usually watch it with my dad because he's also a Star Wars fan.
Uh-huh.
If we put a Star Wars movie on, we, without fail, watch it to the end because it's one of our things. We tried to rewatch this. You saw this in the cinema with me. We tried to rewatch this recently on Blu-ray for the first time. We couldn't do it.
No, that's fair. I tried
Yeah.
that when rewatching all of them. And I tried to rewatch Rise of Skywalker and I couldn't. I turned it off.
I couldn't do it.
I
Man.
didn't even get through, like, I think the prologue sequence, really.
No.
When he's on, like, what is it?
I think we got to like the middle point where fucking Poe has his stupid storyline with his
yeah.
childhood friend who's there to sell toys.
Yeah.
Which I know is Star Wars like normality, but you know,
Yeah.
Babu Freak?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Daft Punk woman.
Oh, her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think we got to that point and we were like, just shut it off.
I got to, Adam Driver leaving the opening where he goes to get a thing.
He
to
grabs
lead him to
a
place.
triangle.
Yeah, the ship left, and I was like,
He grabs a triangle, stares at it intensely, meets
Yeah.
Palpatine, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm done.
I'm good. Thank you.
Palpatine returned, by the way. I've completely
yeah,
forgot
Palpatine
to
came
mention
back.
that.
You know, he was revealed in a Fortnite event.
Huh.
You have to.
That is-
You're not smart enough to understand that you need to go through all these trials in Fortnite to understand this movie. It's a
I don't think
masterpiece.
you can even watch
No, you
it
can't.
anymore in Fortnite. It was an event you had to be there at that time for.
Yeah, it's over
Why did they do that?
because fuck you.
They have
God.
nothing to lose anymore.
No. 'Cause that scene is what the opening line of the text crawl references,
Yes.
by the way.
Oh.
His voice
It's
has
the
been
actual
heard.
message he sends out to the galaxy. It's only you can only hear it in Fortnite
Yeah.
for a limited time.
That is
Limited time only.
Yes.
that is the awful era when that came out, when Fortnite was
God.
like mega relevant.
Yes.
Yeah. God, simpler times before the fucking pandemic.
Before
yeah.
Mogus. Carrie Fisher's ghost is in this movie.
Fuck that.
Oh
no.
yeah.
Very much against that.
They cut around unused footage and somehow tried to make her a part of the movie.
Yup. They tried to make her important
Yes.
for Ray,
Yeah.
Yep.
We resurrected a dead actor and puppeteered her around.
and then they killed her.
Yeah, and then they killed her.
That is so disrespectful.
I know,
Oh
right?
my
Like-
god, yeah.
Worse than Tarkin.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? What else is wrong about this fucking movie? Ray's parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They actually,
weren't nobody.
No, they weren't.
They were actually. Turns out, they were important.
They were palpies.
They were palpies. One of them was a palpy.
One of them was a palpy.
The other one wasn't a palpy
Let's
because
hope
that
it
would be.
wasn't be a Palpy.
I don't think palpy even goes that far.
Well, could have just been palpy.
Yeah. And then Palpy has a plan where he wants Kylo Ren to kill Rey, but he doesn't actually want Kylo Ren to kill Rey. He wants Rey to get here somehow.
He sent a guy who
Yeah.
sent an android. Who
No, he sent a guy to fuck up his plan, and then his plan somehow worked anyway.
I don't.
And then he
even-
wanted her to kill him, so he could become her.
I don't.
And then he
can't.
died
I can't.
and didn't become her.
All I remember from that whole bit at the end is that they managed to make Alec Guinness say Ray. And he's
Oh, they did
dead.
that in Force Awakens. Not even this movie can fully claim that.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna lose my mind.
And Rose is in this movie, and she's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
She's
whole,
genuinely she's fine. I feel
Yeah.
really bad for the actress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they-
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, she could have been such an important part to this movie.
Yeah.
After Last Jedi, and they just decided
just bend her.
Yeah. They gave in to the fans,
Yeah.
the fucking worst fans.
Anyway, I feel like my rant is going a bit long already.
Yeah, we're still
I think-
only on one tier.
Yes, so
Yeah,
I think I will
think
stop here.
we're
You
moving
can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the
yeah.
second part
Yeah.
of this rant on rent-free films. Anyway, for closing thoughts, this movie is my live slug reaction. That is all.
Okay.
D tier. These are movies I have seen but could not fully recall.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a good naming of the category.
Yeah. So first one is Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World.
Yep.
I remember it being fun, but I don't remember most of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I can't really put it above D, unfortunately.
No, that's fair enough.
Fair.
Finding Dory, I do not remember a single second of.
That's
I know I
Don't
watched
you
it.
remember
Ironic.
the lesbian couple that was like so groundbreaking that people
Oh
got
yeah,
so
this
angry
is
about
like
it?
the 15th of Disney's first LGBT
Yeah,
character.
no, exactly, yeah.
It's also
Good for it.
Yeah.
Ellen
DeGeneres.
DeGeneres.
Which
Yes.
Ellen DeGeneres?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Sorry, degeneree.
Are you saying I'm Ellen DeGeneres? Yeah, I can't remember a single thing.
Nah,
about this movie.
yeah,
I
fair.
watched it one bored afternoon and I was still bored by the end of it.
Nothing about it just draws me in.
No.
Perfect D tier movie. And Aquaman.
Eh.
I can remember some of it. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I've lost anything by forgetting the rest.
No, that's fair. You don't want to remember some parts of it because they're just kind of shit.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe's in it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is. So is
I
Dolph
didn't
Lundgren, which is
So it's
still
Jango Fett.
don't get it.
And so is someone else.
Yeah, let's not. Let's. Yeah.
C tier.
Yeah.
So first up on my C tier is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. It's an alright movie. I have an attachment to it, obviously, because
Yeah.
because Potter and my childhood, I think
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
discussed already. I remember seeing it in theaters. I remember really liking it. Looking it back, it's just fine. it's a conclusion to the story, and that's all it really needed to be.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I wouldn't really rewatch it again of my own
Fair enough.
volition. I almost said violation, I guess.
We can't have that happen again.
No, I really
not
can't.
again. not on live
Not
mics.
on mic. Anyway, moving on. Captain Marvel, cromulent Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
fine. It's not as bad as everyone else wants you
Yeah.
to believe.
DH Samuel L. Jackson looks way better than most of the other DH.
Yeah,
Oh my
genuinely.
God, yeah.
I'm still impressed.
Yeah.
They just gave him hair and we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, that is maybe what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
Who'd
him
have
some
thought?
extra makeup maybe and that's it.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Huh?
All right. Incredibles 2. I was tempted to put this in D tier because I kind of don't remember a lot of this movie either, but I remember enough of it to know that it's just sort of all right. Like,
Okay,
at
fair
best.
enough.
There's nothing more I can really say about it. It's fine. I'll take the first one though any day.
Yeah, same.
Avatar.
Eh.
It's a film.
It is a movie.
It's a visually
Excess.
striking film.
Yes, it was impressive at the time, and there's nothing else really going for it.
Yeah.
I can put it on as popcorn material. That's about it. And I think that's the first Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's the first one.
It's not Fallen Kingdom like insanity, but it's not really anything more than that.
Yeah.
I appreciate Chris Pratt trying to be a different character in one movie for once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it was really well done, you can decide for yourself.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think I can say anything more.
No. I'm not sure how this came out after, it came out after Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was like his first kind of
Blockbuster.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
leading man that isn't a comedic
Yeah.
character. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure how people looked at him and went, he is an action leading man. because he's done other action movies as the lead after it, and all of them have kind of tanked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure how people looked at him and went, yeah,
That's who we want. Muscles, that's it.
probably.
Yeah.
I think people liked him when he was, a bit bigger and really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, oh, but now he's like attractive as well. Ooh, that's like two good qualities. Just get him in. Get him in the
Yeah,
project.
Get him in the movie. Get him on the poster.
And he was probably, I don't want to say cheap still back then, but because, he hadn't fully made it yet. So if you want a bulky boy that's getting up there to his fame, it's a good decision.
Yeah, fair.
It was the style at the time.
It was
Yeah.
the style
We're saying.
at the time.
Yeah, it's meh.
Yeah.
B tier. Films are getting good now. I surprisingly still kind of like Far From Home a lot.
Okay.
It's very much the weakest of that trilogy,
Yeah.
and I won't dispute that. But I like I like its vibes, which is not really a good sort of thing to back up my point. But I like its vibes. I like the sort of comfiness of the road trip. I'm actually okay with the road trip stuff, even though it's not Spider-Man's best, strongest area. And I like Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Oh yeah, he's a highlight.
He's the best part of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, very enjoyable film for me. Zootopia, I need to rewatch it, but I remember when I first watched it recently-ish, it was really good. I possibly thought about putting it in A, but I think I need to rewatch it before I can really.
That's
fair.
fair.
Really strong movie. I think we've basically talked about already, you basically talked about what I was going to say about it in your run, so I'm not going to dwell on that. Phantom Menace. I also have a really big soft spot for this movie. I don't know how many times I watched this on DVD. And even then, even just specifically the lightsaber fights and the big moments like that, there's a lot of nostalgia. For me. I could put on the Duel of the Fates sequence all the time and never get tired. Makes me really sad that Darth Maul dies at the end of that immediately.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they had actually given him more of a character, he could have been around for at least the next movie after this.
Yeah.
Would have made Attack of the Clones a lot better.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the pod racing scene is a bit long.
Yeah.
I still like it overall, though.
It's cool for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going.
Yeah, it just keeps going. I'd actually kind of like the Jedi Council scenes as well, which is usually
I think that's fair.
Most people usually call that a big, long, drawn out scenes, but I actually like that you can see how sort of fucked the Jedi Council is. Because you've got Liam Neeson, Qui-Gon Jinn, having the literal Force Messiah right in front of them, and all the council are like, we can't train this guy. This just isn't right.
Yeah.
And it's he's literally Force Jesus, guys. He's the chosen one, for fuck's sake. We've been waiting for this. How can you not see it?
Midichlorians.
Midichlorians. To be fair, they never bring up midichlorians
No, they
again
don't.
after this.
They don't.
So you can just sort of headcanon ignore it if
Yeah.
you want. It's just a power level measure. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Soft spot for Phantom Menace. Skyfall is a film I really liked when I first watched it, and it was the only Bond film I saw.
Okay.
And then since then, not as much.
Fair enough.
Because watching it recently, it very much feels like we made this in 2012 sort of feeling.
No, I think I get what you mean.
I don't know how exactly to put it into words, but it's very much a proud Britishness to it that I don't think most people would subscribe to.
Yeah.
Outside of that very brief time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. M's really good in that movie. I think
yeah.
it's the best movie with M in it. Past that, I think it's mostly okay.
Yeah. It's enjoyable. Like I say, it's not the best.
Nah, there's some good action sequences.
Yeah.
But I like Casino Royale and No Time to Die more.
Yeah, same.
Is what really pulls me
Definitely.
back from putting this above B tier for me. Now we come to the other two Star Wars movies.
Yes. Rogue One.
Oh wait, the other three, because Force Awakens is here as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. Damn.
So, Fun fact, Rogue One is the only one that I had to move while making this like tier list, because originally I put it in A tier.
Okay, so you bumped it down.
So I bumped it down after really thinking it over. And the thing is, I really like the action sequences in this movie.
No,
I
they're
see that.
Like
they're well done.
the last third of the movie, the last
Oh,
act of
yeah.
the movie, where they're like fighting to get the plans and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
a space battle, it's an on-the-ground battle. That's a really great scene, and it's one of my favorite sequences, I think, in the entire saga.
Yeah.
Which is what bumped me into B tier, maybe even A tier. It's just too bad the rest of the movie is really weak
Yeah.
in all the other aspects, because I'll give you this, none of the characters are developed enough,
Yeah.
and they really should have been,
Yup.
because I think this is something Andor really sort of rectifies as well, because Andor gives Andor a character.
Oh, okay.
Like, he makes him interesting, and through and you see a story with him where he actually experiences stuff in an interesting way. But the rest of the characters don't get that, and I feel like that you could only really rectify that in a bunch of spin-offs that I also don't really want to have
Yeah.
at the same time.
I think Disney need to, just like Marvel, step off the gas.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
stop.
a
Guys.
bit with Star Wars.
Just throw the
Yeah.
whole last car away. You know?
I mean, yeah, it
Throw
probably.
the car away.
Yeah.
You can maybe do one more season of Andor, but just stop after that.
Well, they have confirmed that season 2 is the
Yeah,
only
yeah, but-
other.
Just stop after that. Don't
Yeah.
Mandalorian it,
Yeah.
where you just milk it for
But
all
they're
it's
gonna
worth.
make a movie.
I don't want a
come
Mandalorian
on.
movie.
Mandalorian and Grogu. Come
Yeah.
on, get the title right.
I didn't know it had a finish title.
Yeah, that's
already.
what they're calling it.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it.
Oh.
Yeah. Because Grogu is clearly
Yeah, he's
the
the
marketable.
Yeah.
The marketable plushie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though no one fucking calls him that.
No,
Must be Yoda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want the Mandalorian movie.
No,
No,
nobody
I
does.
still haven't brought myself to watch season 3 after you told me what happens. And
Yeah, you don't
'cause
need to.
I just don't give a fuck.
You can live just fine without it.
Yeah.
You can. So yeah, Disney, you can make one more Andor season and then stop. Just stop. Just look at yourself in the mirror and stop.
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. My thoughts on this are very conflicted because I can see the problems, but I also like it a lot. I think some of it is because I'm generally defensive overall, even to like aspects that I think I now recognize are kind of shit.
Yeah.
Luke's character, though, I do, just to sort of get way around back to that, I think I sort of get in the sense that, like, the reason he sort of ran away in shame is because of, like, that, during that flashback sequence, it's because of that split second where, like, in pure instinct, he wants to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that his own family, and even looking at the original trilogy, Luke's weak spot is his family.
Yeah. But I don't think that would have made him become
I don't think it's
like a
done
mega
as well
hermit.
as it should have been.
Yeah.
But I can get the intent enough behind it. Because if you look at the original trilogy, Luke's weak spot is his family,
Yeah.
especially in Return of the Jedi, in terms of like Leia as well. Because one of my favorite scenes in the entire saga is when Vader sort of pushes him over the edge, and he does it by goading him into thinking that he can turn Leia to the dark side.
Yeah.
And that sets Luke right off. Like he's angrier than he's ever been in anything else.
Yeah.
So the thought that he's basically failed Leia in that flashback, I can see that turning him into the old hermit.
Yeah.
It's not done super well or conveyed
No,
super well.
Because I think it would have had an effect on him, sure. I don't think it would have made him a, 30, 40 year long hermit.
No, well, I mean, in the movie, he's only been a hermit for like a few years.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, this movie does not convey.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it would, yeah. I just don't like Luke's character in that movie.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna argue with it, really.
I just think they could have made a more interesting
Yeah.
story out of him.
Yeah, I think
Had
it could
they
have been
not
done a way
that.
better.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's the most beautifully shot of all the Star Wars movies, which we sort of went through already.
Of the main ones.
Of the
yes.
main ones.
Yeah. Because
Like, of the actual episodes.
Yeah. I will always simp for Gareth Edwards' cinematography.
That's fine. Yeah. I ain't gonna take that away from you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a very divisive one for me. And a lot of scenes I liked and then just sort of realized the flaws later on.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been soured since I first saw it in the cinema, but I still think it's pretty good. The Hobbit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the opening part of the movie where we're in all the Shire stuff with
Yeah.
Bilbo and the dwarves and stuff. That's really nice. That feels really sort of like a enjoyable to watch for me.
Yeah. It's the rest of the
It's
movie.
the rest of the film that's just sort of weak. The Gollum stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Riddles in the Dark is done really well, I think, in the movie, but everything beyond that is just sort of a
It's because they drag like everything
Yeah.
out a lot
Yeah.
in that movie. And all of the movies really, 'cause fucking Battle of Five Armies was adapted by what page that Bilbo didn't even see.
yeah. Never forget they made a whole scene out of the Storm Giants and it's only like a sentence in the book.
Oh yeah.
Force Awakens, it's just New Hope. Next.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Iron Man 3.
You've basically gone over all of them. So I feel like I can move on from that as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I just basically heavily agree with what you said earlier.
Refer back to earlier.
Yeah. Philosopher's Stone, I have too much nostalgia to put it anywhere below B.
That's fair.
And it is a very well-made film. Because Christopher Columbus is a really good director.
Yeah.
And I love his style, like, all throughout. I think it's perfect for what, like, the book was going for as well. And beyond, and it's not A tier, I think, but I think it's a solid B.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dark Knight Returns is not much of a solid B. It's just more of a
Rises.
Rises. Returns is the Frank Miller one.
Yes, that's
That's
also not anywhere near B tier, but
No. Dark Knight Rises, it's they needed that trilogy.
Yes. Yeah, they did. They needed the paycheck, the final burst of Nolan's sanity.
Yeah. Before he got jokered. Just like him, for real.
He then went and made Dunkirk after this, which, you know, it's well, it's no Tenet, but it's also not one of his best.
Frozen, I think I basically went over this like when I was talking to you. It's fine.
That's
To put
higher
it in
than
a B,
expected. Yeah.
I was expecting it in C.
Like, you see, I think I can recognize it that as a movie, like, even if I'm not really the target audience, it's a good movie. I just
like
think
so.
it's really fine at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And finally, Age of Ultron, I think I've always said this to you, it's a film that ages better with time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When all the stuff it sets up is actually now actually has played out, it feels more like a complete film.
It's a wine. It's a wine.
It's like a fine wine.
Yeah.
It's a fine wine, yeah. And I think it's one of the perfect sort of MCU film that I don't really have to think about when I watch it. I can just sort of put it on.
Yeah.
And have it as like really good background noise. A tier.
Yes.
Avengers 2.5. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I want to put it in S tier or not because I really like it.
okay.
I mean, I see that. Yeah.
'Cause I can really, I think especially when it comes to Marvel, I really like the more character focused stuff compared to like some of the wild scale stuff. I say that Endgame is an S tier, but we'll get there. But like I can really like a lot of the character focused stuff, and that's basically what Civil War is as a story. It's just fully analyzing like Cap and Tony's characters specifically, how they bounce off and how they deal with all the trauma that's built up over the last at least 4 years of movies.
Yeah.
So I love that film.
That's fair.
Dark Knight, really strong film. I think I need to see it. I was tempted to put this in S tier as well, but I think I need to rewatch it one more time.
Okay.
to really
Fair
put
enough.
it in.
Fair enough.
So you can consider it really like in between S and A,
Yeah.
but like solid film. Heath Ledger really good in the role, even if the role has been co-opted.
Yeah.
I even like the Harvey Dent stuff in that film. Which
The Harvey Dent stuff's really good.
Yeah, he's really like the main or like the full antagonist story of that movie, if you really think about it. But yeah, I really like his sort of descent into like the dark side, really, and then that whole ending sequence where like with like his son and stuff, and he does that's pure Batman comic. Right there. Love that stuff. That and the final sort of Joker plan with the two ships as well. That's a
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
movies. That's cinema like gold right there. Just that entire sequence.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick, you said everything I was gonna say. It's a perfect send up to the 80s.
Yes, 100%.
And Titanic.
I didn't think you'd have it this high.
I did say you'd be surprised by how high you
Yeah.
rated it, because I
Yeah.
was surprised.
It is a really good film. I can't deny it. It's a really good film, and when I did watch it, I did sort of surprisingly get engrossed, which I didn't expect. It is really long though.
Yeah.
It is really long.
I think on a first watch you don't really notice, but if you watch it multiple times, you're like, oh my god.
yeah. I watched this. I think for the first time it was just sort of on TV. I think on BBC Two, so like there was no ads or anything.
Yeah.
I was basically just watching it, and I didn't realize it was suddenly like 1 a.m. when it finished.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, that's impressive. It made me forget. And yeah, it's not usually the kind of movie I go for, but I gotta admit, it's a really good film.
Fair enough.
Not quite my S tier, but
still
you know.
one I always forget is directed by James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Like,
think this is the
what?
Terminator guy.
No.
Finally, S tier.
Yes.
No Way Home, purely subjective. I don't even care.
No, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
love this movie too much. It is
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
for me personally, it is perfect.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think there's anything I would change about it, like at all. Avengers Infinity War, which is the best Marvel movie. I think we've all really gone through that already. On this list.
On this
yeah,
list.
On
Yeah,
this list,
okay,
at
fair
least,
enough.
yeah,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
fair.
I think we've basically already said
Yeah.
everything. Endgame, I really liked Endgame. I was like,
Ah.
very personally, having like gotten really invested like in all the Marvel movies up to when it came out was a really special like cinema experience. And I think it's the only film I've ever watched like 4 times in the cinema.
Okay,
Wow.
fair enough.
I watched it with my mum the first time because we had all really gotten into it. My friend and my mum again from like school, like right after school was finished. I think after my last day. So that was a really nice like sort of
Yeah.
Yeah.
special occasion thing. I saw it again when it got re-released a few months later, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because they added like
Yeah.
a sort of deleted scene later on as like a rerun sort of thing.
Oh,
I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
We watched the whole movie again. They didn't add the deleted scene until like after the credits.
Oh.
That's just.
I wasn't even that angry, but you know, it's a little shit thing to do.
That's. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You suckers.
And then I watched it again with my mum for that second rerun, just because I wanted to.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Return of the King,
We talked
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yep.
and I recognize the problems with Avengers 1, but I still really like it as a
Yeah.
film.
That's fair. That's fair.
We can call out Joss Whedon for being a horrible human being.
Yeah. Again, like.
It's disconnected from
Yeah.
review.
I despise Joss Whedon, but not but. However, like none of my problems with it stem from that, and none of that has affected how I view his work on the MCU. I think ultimately because there are times you can separate the art and the artist, and for me, Joss Whedon, it feels like all the stuff he's done for TV, I can sort of just remove him from it
Yeah.
because he's not present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if someone's
Especially on stuff I
present,
think
it's
like
harder.
Buffy wasn't
Yeah.
present for a lot of it.
Yeah. So that's sort of how I see it.
yeah.
People can disagree because I know that art versus the art and the artist
That's a huge
separation
debate.
is a
It's a-
huge
yeah.
debate. Yeah,
we're
I
not
think
going
it's
into in this
contextual.
episode, but-
Really,
Absolutely,
yeah.
Yeah, I really like the story like overall. I think it's a really fun, perfect sort of first Avengers movie. I like Tom Hiddleston as Loki in this movie as well. I think he does. I think this is probably one of the best times we see Loki,
Yeah.
Okay.
outside of maybe like the second season of the Loki show.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Because I think because he's just purely having so much fun being a pantomime villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a lovable jackass.
He just gets to be a dramatic little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He has the most dramatic fucking face when he first comes out of the portal, like at the beginning of the movie. And I want that. I want that like face framed because it's such a shit-eating grin. Black Panther, we've already
Hell
basically
yeah.
discussed everything.
R.I.P.
I just want to. Anything I could really add is just the soundtrack is a banger.
Absolutely.
Toy Story 3, it's too personal to put anywhere else. I was 9 when I saw that in theaters.
Wow.
So it hit me like
Yeah.
hard. I think I genuinely burst out crying.
I
Like,
would
near
have
the end.
been 13 then. Yeah.
Yeah, because this was 2010.
Yeah, I would have been 13.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It hit me, man. I don't think I've ever been the same.
I'm old.
You are. And Jurassic Park, because it's Jurassic Park.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yup.
Fuck yeah.
I think I can just end it there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, it's nice to see that we definitely like agree on, I would say, the classics.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
S
yeah.
tier.
I wouldn't like to meet the person who doesn't put Jurassic Park
No.
in S tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've not seen Jurassic Park,
What
what,
are you
the
doing?
actual fuck are you doing
no,
with your
100%.
life?
I gotta get it in 4K.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And for 1993, the CG still holds up.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Partially because a lot of it is still practical effects, really. But you know,
They spent a lot of effort on the CG for that film.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's I think it's an episode of is it the films that made us
Probably.
that go into the background of like films and stuff like that, and I think Jurassic Park was one of the episodes, and they talked obviously about everything, but they mentioned the CG, and it was really interesting.
Nice.
I recommend that series in general. It's really quite an interesting
Okay, yeah.
look at different films. It goes into there's a Nightmare in it Before Christmas episode. It's really interesting. Yeah. Anyway, so we.
I think that's basically my list. right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is gonna be a long one. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's 2 hours.
Oh, good. I thought Audition is struggling. So, thank you for listening to this episode. This is our 50th episode. Wow.
Wow.
Cool. What a way to celebrate.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed it. See you guys next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.